Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event.
Oh yeah!
Are you ready?
And now, broadcasting live from Wrestling-News.net and brought to you by Spreaker, it's Main Event Madness. You can call into the show by calling 305-600-4708. And now, here are your hosts for tonight's show, Al Merriman and John Curry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is another highly anticipated episode of Main Event Madness with myself, Alfonso Merriman, and my partner in crime, John Curry. John, how the hell are you?
Annoyed, but other than that, pretty fucking good.
That's one way to start a show. I'm annoyed.
God forbid,
God
forbid, I try to do something different. I wanted to do the show from outside. God forbid that works, because, the connection has to go. Which, in that case, I give myself a, damn!
And I deserve a damn for last week, so...
Damn!
In the last, you got 2 dams to my 1 dam. Exactly, folks. All right, we got a big show today. I mean, epic freaking show, I think. What a night last night was with TNA Impact Wrestling. And speaking of Impact Wrestling, we're going to have TNA superstar and friend of the show, Tyrus, will be joining us at 10, later on. I'm not going to tell you when, but he's going to be here later on. So he's going to talk about last night's show of TNA Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit of some good, rawsome moments. Some Golden State Warriors. We're going to have the return of the rundown and a plethora of other I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of straight up show stuff. And I got it all mixed up too, which is great. John did a hell of a job putting the show together. So, John, it's been a crazy couple of weeks here. How the hell is it going?
It's been a crazy couple weeks, and first off, to everybody outside of America, because America's fucking ass backwards like always, a very happy, to all of you. And yes, this show will be an epic show. And you know what? It won't even cost you
$9.99.
And the
Oh yeah!
was to the fact that we have Tyrus on the night after the night of returns, if you will, for TNA Impact Wrestling last night.
All right, and let's just jump right into it. For the first time, Raw is not
for the first time kicking off our show.
Yeah, exactly. So the Rawsome Moment segment will be coming up. TNA Impact. For a long time, Impact meant so much to TNA. That word, they used to do some impactful things on that show.
Did you really just
for
go there?
a long time, Impact was not impactful.
Did you really just go there twice in 10 seconds?
I'm going to keep on saying Impact until I don't know what the fuck the meaning is.
Well, because they're trying to avoid using the company's name of TNA, because Hulk Hogan, of all people, was the genius to realize that everybody knows TNA for tits and ass, and I don't mean the company, I mean the letters. And that's why
Hogan mentioned it. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a while ago when he was still with the company. That's why they started branding it as Impact Wrestling. because they were like, oh, people associate the letters TNA with tits and ass. We don't really want them to think of that when they think of our company.
I don't remember that. You threw me off with the whole Hulk Hogan thing, to be quite honest.
Because you weren't around back then, sir.
All right, I was around. I just don't remember that moment.
No, I mean when he said it, you weren't around.
Okay. All right, so TNA Impact had a big night. If you guys are living underneath a damn rock, Jeff Jarrett, Karen Jarrett, a.k.a. Karen Angle, returned to Impact Wrestling yesterday. We had Hernandez return. Matt Morgan. Vader was he actually wrestled. He didn't look a day older than 69. But, Vader was in a TNA ring yesterday. John, you and I were able to see TNA Impact Wrestling yesterday. How did you feel, man? I was marking out like a little biatch because I was so happy for Jeff Jarrett. What a smart businessman. I mean, we could talk about this topic alone for the next hour, but, I mean, what are your thoughts on what we saw last night?
Well, the fact that, like you said, he's using the death of one company, the death of his first company, let me word it better, to further promote the growth of his now second company. And it's a smart business move, and yet it's a stupid business move, but not for him. It's a stupid business move for one Dixie Carter.
I don't even know if it's that anymore. At this point, it's one of those.
Bear with us, folks. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Would it be Main Event Madness Radio if there weren't any technical difficulties?
Is this on?
Are you back? Just bear with us here, folks. I do apologize. Like I said, it wouldn't be Main Event Madness Radio. One day, we will have a show without technical difficulties, and I do believe Mr. Merriman is back. Are you back, sir?
Yes, I'm here. I don't know if this is on my end or your end or what the hell's going on.
I'm literally like 12 feet away from my router, so I doubt it's my end.
I got my router not 10 feet away from me, so I don't know what's going on. Luxury of great internet connection.
Gotta love it.
All right, so right now we're good. We're back to the show.
Yipper.
All right, that doesn't happen during. If it does, he'll understand. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Are we still live? What's going on?
Yes, we're here.
All right, I was asking, what are your thoughts on Impact Wrestling?
I couldn't hear you. You broke up again. I thought it was a pretty decent show overall. I mean, I haven't really watched much of TNA this year. I mean, I think I could still count on one hand the shows that I've watched, including their debut on Destination America and last night's show. And there was a live show, I think, like 2 weeks ago, that about 15 minutes in, I was realizing fairly quickly how excruciatingly painful watching that show was. But last night wasn't the case. TNA seemingly pulling out all the stops going into their lone pay-per-view for the year. And whether or not this is going to be a little bit of a boost of momentum, adrenaline, whatever the case may be, going into Slammiversary and going into the end of the summer, into the fall. I mean, a crucial time for TNA, whether or not they get canceled by Destination America. I mean, this is kind of an all or nothing thing at this point for them. But you know what? it's nice to see some old faces in there, which I guess to a lot of people are new faces since they haven't watched the show in a long time. So it'll be interesting. I don't really like Hernandez in the BDC. I mean, the only thing I could see with that is somehow he brings back the LAX to feud with them in like 3 weeks because that's textbook TNA writing.
You know what I find weird, John? They had all of these returns last night, but they're losing a lot of talent at the same time, which is it's kind of strange, to be quite honest with you.
Yes, it is. But I mean, like, I don't know if you were able to hear everything I said. I was saying I don't.
I had to do it.
I'm sorry. I'll tell you after. I lost my
Okay,
train
all
of
right. You
thought.
know what? We need to reset this shit. What a fucked up start to the show. We're to call ourselves out. I can't read shit because it looks so blurry, to be honest. I had it off the whole time. All right, guys. So, main event madness. Damn it! This is like supposed to be the best night of our lives, right, John?
Technical difficulty radio. That's what we're gonna name the show.
Well, that's not how we should just fucking change our.
By the way,
AKA,
since
you know how that every business is DBA, doing business as.
we're doing
That's gonna be
business
our
as
DBA.
technical difficulty radio.
All right, so
Oh, here we go again.
this was supposed. I'm just frustrated. All right, so TNA Impact
There we
Wrestling.
go.
I mean, Jeff Jarrett utilizes Impact Wrestling. He promoted the shit out of GFW. This is simply freaking amazing, I thought. You know what I mean? I thought it was what's funny is that Vince Russo posted on Facebook how TNA disrespected Kurt Angle because they didn't tell Kurt Angle that Jeff Jarrett was going to be there. Who gives
So
a
all of a
shit?
sudden he
I mean,
turns
what are your
around out
thoughts
of the
on that?
locker room. So what? He turned around out of the locker room and hi, ex-wife. The fuck are you doing here?
That would have been great. But like, I can just imagine.
Is this going to be a?
Coming out?
Is this going to be a TNA one night only little deal here? Like, and if you don't get what I mean by that, and also guys, 2 notes here. One, I'm being joined by Main Event Madness columnist Mr. Michael Rooker. He's kind of off on the sidelines, kind of the way Matt was the last time he was on the show when I was out in California. What trip Al should have been with me on. And 2, if you want to call into the show, you can call 305-600-4708. Once again, that's 305-600-4708. And you know what? We're going to let Mike lose his virginity here, Al, before we keep going with this. Mike, say hello.
Well, it's about time you goddamn introduced me. Holy shit.
Well, if Al's internet didn't keep cutting out,
I don't know. You keep on talking shit about my internet, but I got like
I'm
never seen it
not
so
very
great.
confident in Comcast moving down to Florida. I got to be honest with you.
Comcast sucks a lot of.
So you and Comcast have something in common then.
I got no comment there, and it depends on what you're talking about. I'm so frustrated. You know what? The realism of our show. You know what? I am pissed off about the start of the show.
Yeah, you and me both. But
all
you
right,
know what?
Let's regroup here.
We're live, baby, live! Yes, James Rolls, before you tweet me, that was a live, baby, live reference there. A few of us in our little inner circle, I guess you could say, know what reference that was, but, Anyway, guys, all right, let's reset. Guys, welcome to Main Event Madness Radio. It is June 25th, 2015 edition of the broadcast here. Al Merriman with me. I'm John Curry. I got Mike Rooker, columnist from MainEventMadness.com. And if you guys were listening at the beginning of the show, we thank you. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Switching it up a little bit, talking a little bit of Impact Wrestling to kick off the show. You can count on one hand the amount of times we've done that, and guess what? You motherfuckers could still make a fist. So, since we reset, I figured it's only fair, since Al's the one who caused the reset, that I'd be the first one to drop the F-bomb until Tyrus comes on. I'm sure he'll drop a few. But
So did you mark out? Were you marking out like me? I was marking out like a
I
little bitch
was,
last
like-
night. I was in a sense proud of Jeff Jarrett. I'm proud to see a guy like Tommy Dreamer do his fucking thing. Tommy Dreamer has a passion for his brand. He comes out. He pretty much, Jeff Jarrett and Tommy Dreamer are pretty much one and the same, I think. You know, and I like to see that. It sucks, John. It sucks that it's happening. But, man, wouldn't it be... I mean, who would have thought last night we would see, within a 3-hour span, AJ Styles main eventing ROH, throw on...
Well, if
right
you
after
watched
TNA
it on
Impact
Saturday
Wrestling
night,
starts,
if you watched Ring of Honor on Saturday night on any of the whichever Sinclair Broadcasting Network, and this ain't a plug either, but whatever Sinclair Broadcasting channel has Ring of Honor Wrestling in your market, you would have known it was AJ Styles. But to your point, if you would have told me 4 hours, I'll say even by like 5, 6 o'clock last night, if you were to tell me, or guys like us, and even though we have obviously MainEventMadness.com and the podcast and all that, and we're on these websites all the time, we weren't really around yesterday to be able to be on these websites. And if you were to tell me that at 5, 6 o'clock last night, oh, hey, by the way, Jeff Jarrett's going to be on Impact Wrestling tonight, I would have said, okay. And I'm going to go out my driveway, and there's going to be a Lamborghini. Needless to say, guys, I went out to my driveway. There wasn't a Lamborghini. But Jeff Jarrett did appear on TNA Impact Wrestling.
And it almost felt like it was kind of real with their comments. It was a little semi-shoot segment between the Jarretts. It was just different, man. It was great to see, and it was cool. I mean, like I was saying, we saw AJ Styles in our ROH ring main eventing that show. Seconds later, TNA Impact Wrestling starts, and then we see TNA Impact Wrestling. Jeff Jarrett comes out with the GFW shirt. So essentially, we saw 3 promotions on the same channel within a 3-hour span, which blew my mind.
You could even say within about an hour and a half.
I agree. An hour. It was and not only that.
You
Then
go
you
with
saw
the last
Vader
few minutes
was there, Matt Morgan, all these people. Go ahead.
I was going to say you could even go by the last few minutes of Ring of Honor, and then the first hour or so of Impact, which, by the way, we have queued up here. So if you guys were not aware and were like, what the hell are you guys talking about, which they usually are, Jeff Jarrett, owner of Global Force Wrestling, appeared on TNA Impact last night. He came back to set up his farewell match, I guess you could say, with Impact Wrestling in the match he created at the pay-per-view he founded in the company that he first owned. So, with that in mind, here is Jeff Jarrett returning to Impact Wrestling from Impact Wrestling last night.
Here on Destination America, what's going to happen when Graham continues to call out past?
Oops.
I've said this in the past.
What? What?
What in the world is going on here?
What? What?
How you doing? Jeff, Jarrett, nice to meet you.
What's up, Jeff?
Nice to what?
Good to see you, Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, rumors have been running rampant.
Whoa!
Literally all day.
Really?
All day in regards to what this is breaking news, folks.
Wow.
I think Impact Wrestling just broke the internet.
Wow. Wow. News to me, Daddy. Wow. This might be the first time I said Daddy twice in one night.
I'm speechless.
Thank you. As hell froze over. What in the world is Jeff and Karen Jarrett, the co-founders of Global Force Wrestling, doing in the middle of a TNA wrestling ring?
Please tell us.
Well, I will address some points tonight and some points I'll address about Global Force Wrestling and Jeff and Karen at a later date. But I am going to let you in on why I am specifically here tonight. And I'm going to go back a week ago today. I was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, promoting a Global Force Grand Slam Tour show, and I got a text from TNA management. And they said, hey, Jeff, we'd like to have a conference call with you. We got a proposal for you. And I'll be honest with you, I was boarding the plane, actually it was in Raleigh, and I just put the phone back into my back pocket and got on and didn't even reply. And then when I got up in the air, I got to thinking, what do they want? It's no secret that we've had our ups and downs, but do they want a talent exchange between Global Force? Do they want to run a co-show? And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna reply and say, yeah, I'll hear you out. And so we got on the phone, and they proposed to me. They said, hey, Jeff, we want you to come back and be in a match. And I got to be honest, I just about hung the phone up when they said that. I don't even wrestle for my own promotion, so why would I come back and wrestle here? And then the next thing they said is, Jeff, it's not just any match, it's your match. It's the match that you created, that you designed. It's the King of the Mountain match. And they said, Jeff, this isn't just going to be any episode of Impact. This is going to be at the 13th anniversary of the company that you and your father co-founded in 2002. So I got to admit, the emotions started coming over me about all the great times that I've had right here in the Impact Zone. The night that I was standing in this ring and Jim Cornette let out that Kurt Angle was jumping to TNA. I got goosebumps. I remember the night when a guy you might have heard of these days, Samoa Joe, walked down the aisle and gave Kurt the headbutt from hell. And I can remember literally before our very eyes over several years, a punk kid from North Georgia become into quite arguably the greatest wrestler this organization's ever produced, AJ Styles. And I could go on and on. Bobby Roode, James Storm put together at a time that nobody knew where they were going. They became Beer Money and probably the greatest tag team this company's ever produced. Eric Young went from being the Pied Piper to having more television shows than Ryan Seacrest. And then I pumped the brakes. And I said, you know, I'm looking in my rearview mirror and have all this warm and fuzzy. But since April 7th, 2014, I've put my blood, sweat, and tears on promoting Global Force Wrestling. And I had to really, thank you. And I had to really think about, how's this going to affect the Global Force roster? How is this going to, the staff, my team at home that has really, really dug deep over the last 14 months. And then it goes without saying, how was Karen? How is she going to react to this?
First off, I love you with everything that I am, Jeff Jarrett. But as you all know, I'm a little different than Jeff. So when Jeff hung up the phone with TNA and came walking into the room and said, you better sit down for this, I thought, oh my God, what now? What now? Because to me, this was all in our rearview mirror. We moved on. Global Force Wrestling, our family, this is what we're living. Global Force Wrestling, that is our future. Thank you. So, my emotions took over. And I said, absolutely not. Don't call them back. Don't text them back. We've moved on. And then Jeff continued to lay it out to me. And I understand that this was his baby. He started this with his dad. And as hard as it is for me to understand, and I still standing in this ring don't completely understand why we're here. But I love my husband, and I support him in everything and anything that he chooses in life. And even this morning at 11 a.m., sitting on the phone with a part of our Global Force Wrestling talent roster and good friend and confidant, Sanjay Dutt, crying my eyes out, saying, why look in the rearview mirror? We have so much in our future. And he's worked so hard. And Sanjay said, Karen, you may never understand this, but he didn't go out the way that he wanted to go out. No matter how bright our future is, or how good things are, right now, Jeff didn't leave here on his terms. He got fired on a backstage pre-tape by Sting. So, Jeff, that being said, I didn't get on this plane today and walk into this ring to turn around and go home. You are going to leave this company on your terms. And Sunday, look at me, you're going to make things right. The way Jeff Jarrett knows how to do it. I love you, baby, and I will be standing there by your side.
So you can bank on this. This Sunday, it's Slammiversary that's going to be seen around the globe. The King of the Mountain is officially declaring himself in the match. One last time, I'm walking the TNA aisle, and I'll be damned if I'm not going to climb that ladder and reign King of the Mountain. And just like my good buddy Toby Keith looked me in the eye 2 days ago and said, hey, kid, you may not be as good as you once were, but once you're as good as you ever were.
We have a saying in this business, never say never.
That right there is what I marked out about. Was just hearing his theme song. And after hearing his promo, by the way, all the guys in TNA right now should take note. That's how you promote an event.
Like I said.
And you know what's sad also? You know what's sad also? Is, they didn't promote the frickin' pay-per-view.
Which one?
Or the Slammiversary. They didn't promote the pay-per-view. They promoted the next week's Impact.
I didn't know that was happening. I hear a bad echo. I don't know what's going on.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now?
All right, you were good.
All right, I love this show.
They
no. All right, no, back to what was going on. Like I said on the show, Jeff Jarrett fucked up when he sold part of his company.
Yeah.
TNA was striving. Even when Bischoff came to switch to Monday night, that was a good time. I'm telling you, he fucked up, but he wanted to catapult his business, so he brought somebody in with money. But these fucking idiots took too much control and ruined it. I marked out. It was a great in-ring promo. Nobody expected it. I wish it was truly live. If I was I've been watching TNA. You know why I've been watching TNA wrestling? Because I've been watching 3 straight weeks of ROH. And TNA wrestling happens to be on after ROH. Yep. On Destination America, because I've always wanted to see ROH, never had the opportunity to do so. So it would have been cool if it would have been live, and it would have been a little bit more impactful. But as a wrestling fan standpoint, John, I mean, this brought me back in the day, like when almost, it can't be as big, but it reminded me of when Scott Hall came into the WCW.
Yep.
You heard me? When Scott came to WCW, it was kind of like, what the fuck are you doing here? And what was funny is, I almost feel like De Niro, right? And what's his other guy's name? Matthews?
I don't think De Niro knew. I think Josh did, because that's
I don't think he knew. If you see Josh Matthews on that video, he kind of was like,
either that or De Niro.
He was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
They both kind of seemed like a little corny, cheesy, the way that they were trying to sell it, though.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of odd. I'll be honest. It was an odd way that it played out.
Think back. I mean, yeah, Josh's did seem a little bit more genuine, and then all you heard from the Pope was, "What? What?"
But that's what it is. If you don't know what the hell's going on,
true.
I don't know if you read the story. Let me give you a little, news update. Apparently, nobody knew shit that these people were there. Sometimes, and WWE does it. This is from Dave Meltzer. If you like him or don't, I don't give a shit. It's from him. When Monday Night Raw has a big surprise in their show, within the 3-hour show that they air weekly, on their run sheet, much like the one we have this week, I'll say, okay, John Cena's going to suck everybody's dick. Okay, and I'm sorry I'm being so vulgar here. Kane is going to be an idiot. Triple H is going to talk to Seth Rollins, and he'll say the timeline, and then there'll be an empty slot. Let's say Brock Lesnar was returning, and they didn't want to let anybody know about it. So TNA didn't even do that. They didn't rewrite the script. According to Dave Meltzer,
they improv.
Within that time period,
they improv.
They didn't improv. Within that time period, there was another segment written in there, and nobody knew about it, and they had to delete that segment.
So it was like a place filler.
No, dude, I'm telling you, according to what he's indicating, not even the fucking writers knew that Jeff Jarrett was going to be there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the head of creative or whoever wrote or told them to write the script had them put a segment in there to fill the blank of when Jeff Jarrett was going to come out.
The indication was that the fucking writer didn't even know about it. The head, John, we don't know the whole fucking, I'm just saying that.
Well, it makes sense because WWE's done the same thing. Like when, like 2008 when John Cena returned from the Royal Rumble, he was hiding in a limousine or a truck all day and literally didn't come out until about 20 minutes or half an hour before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Or the time Punk returned.
Or a time Punk return. Or even when Jericho came back, the surprise return at the Rumble.
Chris Jericho's returned like 35 times.
I said at the Rumble.
Oh, God, I got you.
He literally hid in a truck.
The best one is when Brock appeared in Brooklyn. You had no one had any idea that he would show up.
Yeah, he's right about that. I'll tell you this, man.
Well,
back to my. Go ahead. I'm sorry, John.
I was just gonna say, I mean, Wayne and I kind of had an inkling that he might be there because Wayne kept saying, "Hey, I doubt anything's gonna come of it," in his very butchered Irish accent. Which shout out to you, buddy, playing Batman right now on your Xbox. Which, by the way, since I'm in the business of shameless plug.
Wait, who's playing Batman?
Wayne is.
What?
Wayne is.
Wait.
You know why?
Why isn't he on our show today? What the fuck?
You know why? Because I'm in the business of shilling. Why isn't he on right now? Because he's doing what all of you can do right now if you have an Xbox One. You guys can listen to us on TuneIn Radio on your Xbox One. This
All right,
was
guys.
just announced the other day. So now, any of you who have an Xbox One, Mike, if you have an Xbox One, what are you going to do? Are you going to download TuneIn Radio and check out your favorite sports podcasts that have interviews with all the names, or some of the biggest names in the history of pro wrestling?
Why not? You just snap it to your Xbox while playing your video game, so you can listen and play at the same time.
And it's free.
Is it? Oh,
It's fucking free?
It's free.
Holy shit, it's free!
You're telling me that I can play my favorite games and listen to one of the best podcasts out there and the fastest rising sports podcast on the internet today for free?
Not only that, so you're telling me that I can play Batman while listening to Jeff Jarrett, being interviewed by the best goddamn interviewers in the world?
Yes.
As long as Batman punches Jeff Jarrett, then yeah, we're good.
Hey, now.
All right, guys, and speaking of, back to my point, because I did have a point. I believe...
He has a couple points.
I always got a lot of points if I wouldn't even fucking be doing this shit. But I believe... I believe that Matthews, that's his name, right?
Josh Matthews, yes.
One of the tough enough competitors back in the day. Skinny little bastard.
Which, by the way, you guys can watch in the USA.
Hideo, who I interviewed back in the day, when he was Elijah Burke. Just putting that out there.
And then when I interviewed. Actually, he was going to tell us how he interviewed current WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins when he was known as Tyler Black a week before he joined WWE.
Well, who was that? That was Mr. Merriman. Yes, that's right. Anyways, I believe that they did not know.
Hey, I got us the Bruno Sammartino interview.
You should have said that with more confidence. Yeah, I got the Bruno Sammartino interview. No, you motherfucker got the damn Bruno Sammartino interview. Yes, you did.
And Jeff Jarrett.
And Jeff Jarrett.
And Tyrus the first time and second time.
Well, what are you trying to belittle me over here?
A little bit.
Okay, well, I'll call you out. What was our first interview? Ever. On our first show ever.
Oh, I believe that would be Evan Ginsberg, who, by the way, is joining us.
Wait. I think you might be incorrect. Because I think it was Mr. Self High Five himself.
Because he was supposed to be on with us during WrestleMania, and then was actually backstage at WrestleMania, so he didn't come on until after Bruno Sammartino, or until.
Didn't we interview him twice? Okay, who cares? All I care is that, you know what? We've interviewed Jeff Jarrett, right?
Which you guys can listen to at maineventmadness.com.
We've interviewed another GFW star, Doc Gallows.
Which I got.
On maineventmadness.com. Sanjay Dutt, which got a huge stroke on TNA Impact Wrestling this week.
And you guys can hear my exclusive interview with him
next
week. Live here on this very program.
Wait, this week or next week? Next week. And who did we... Oh, yeah, Chris Masters, or what is he? Chris the Adonis Mordetsky.
Which I got.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you, we've been rambling about TNA Impact Wrestling for way too fucking long. It's 10:10.
Time for some awesome moments.
It's 10:10, and we already got Tyrus confirmed. He'll be on the show in about 10 minutes or so, so get ready for that.
Some awesome moments. And you know what's not some awesome moments is the NBA draft right now. New York Knicks fans have already turned on the Knicks for their draft pick. So it's going to be interesting. But nonetheless, let's just jump right in and do some awesome moments of the week. Right now, let's look at this. Kevin Owens and John Cena cut another great back and forth promo. They had the magic again. And you know what? I thought it was fantastic. You know what else I thought wasn't fantastic? The Authority reuniting. Only for them all to turn on Seth Rollins, circa Randy Orton in 2004. I swear to God, if they do that the exact same way, where they have Seth Rollins up on Kane's shoulders, and he's celebrating the world title, thumbs down, he does the electric chair, and they start beating him up again. I swear to God, if that's what they do. Also, Rusev Putra. Rusev is now with Summer Rae, seemingly. Summer Rae looking like
God.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is not going to go well.
Yeah, you're summing this up for Al, so that's okay. Al would say the exact same thing. Although anytime he can see Summer Rae is a good sight. Because the only sight better for Al than Summer...
I'll stare at her for hours, don't get me wrong, but I don't see her talking for Rusev.
Then again, the only sight better for Al than Summer Rae is his amazing wife, who's possibly listening to the show right now. So hi, Mrs. Merriman.
Now that's a shameless plug.
Saying hello to one of our biggest fans, I believe. I think. But you know who's not a big fan right now? MGK of Kevin Owens.
I'm not going to lie, that was just pure magic moment.
It was. It was absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. And you know what? MGK was kind of the heel of that, too. Because Owens was just standing there looking at him. Like, if you're a casual fan, you're like, you know what? MGK is a douchebag. Because MGK and Kevin Owens is just standing there looking at him. And MGK just kind of looks at him, pushes him.
Well, no, you're missing the whole handshake thing. Owens didn't want to shake him because he thought his song sucked. And in hindsight, I agree with Owens.
I agree with him too.
So what does MGK do? He decides to beat the dick, pushes Owens, and then what happens? He gets a power bomb.
Well, he got pushed all right. He got pushed through a table.
Off the stage.
The stage. Circa the Dudleys back in the day.
Too bad there wasn't any crowd from the Ghost crowd surfing on.
Yeah. Too bad there wasn't a spotlight so he could take a bump like Cena did. Does that mean? I don't know.
It's Cena, no one cares.
That's true.
Oh, MJ, I'm sorry guys, but that power bomb was freaking horrible.
You know what else is horrible?
MGK's not a wrestler. He can't take a...
No, I'm going to tell you this. I like the interaction. What was horrible about it was that fucking I can't even tell you what it was. That sofa bed, what was that? They had like 25 mattresses out there. What was that he threw him on it?
Again, MGK can't take a bump.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, like Cena said on Raw, he is only 95 pounds. So, I mean, but they literally had like a foot of padding on top of that table. I thought it was hysterical.
I didn't know what it wasn't. That shit wasn't. What the hell was it? Come on, it was bigger than a table. It was like like Shaquille O'Neal's fucking bed out there. I don't even know how to. I don't know what else to say, but it was huge.
That's what she said. And really quick here before we're gonna.
That's what they always say about. Oh, never mind. I'm getting a little bit off track there.
Hey now,
guys.
Really quick here, you know what else is horrible? The fact that my prophecy...
Fucking Raw.
Well, no, Raw wasn't horrible.
I'm playing with you. It was great.
It wasn't great. It was good.
No, it was pretty fucking good.
My prophecy almost came true. And you guys can hear this on the podcast about about a couple weeks ago. I said that I bet you that the NBA Finals would go 7 games because both the conference finals were up quick. And the NBA is going to want to make its money and make its ratings by going a full Game 7. And you know what? If you guys saw that fourth quarter, I was almost sick to my stomach. The way that the freaking Warriors had such a lead, and there they are. We had to go down to literally a second for them to miss a shot. And for the Warriors to win the championship, I was literally almost getting sick to my stomach. I'm like, are they literally throwing this game right now so they can go to Game 7?
It was kind of weird there for a second, but then they got their shit together.
Either that or Steph Curry was messing with LeBron like, hey, you might be able to get back in this. Really? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Man, it was...
LeBron, you know what? Here we are a year later, and LeBron, who made a big stink, went to play general manager for the forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And you know what? He did the same thing after playing GM for the Cavs that he did for the Heat. He lost! Oh my God, but LeBron's better than Michael Jordan, yeah?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to call this motherfucker out right now. LeBron James, if he would have played with how he played this year, last year, we would have had another championship with my Miami Heat. I don't know what LeBron James was doing this season. I guess I don't know what his mindset was, but I'm telling you right now, that LeBron James from these finals and these playoffs, maybe he knew he had to do more, and that was the problem. But if he would have played like that every single season for the Miami Heat, at least 1 or 2 more titles instead of only.
You know what else LeBron needed? With all these this and these that?
Don't you dare.
These nuts. Got him!
I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah, so does everybody else. But all right, guys, we're going to take a commercial break here. When we get back, Global Force Wrestling star, or I'm sorry, TNA star, Global Force Wrestling hopeful. It didn't turn out that way. I apologize. TNA star, former WWE star, Tyrus, frequently known as Brodus Clay in WWE, will be joining us on the other side of this commercial break. We're live. MainEventMadness.com, Spreaker.com/show/MainEventMadness, Wrestling-News.net, Twitter.com/John Emery on Radio, or just find Al at Al.
Me Madness!
Wow, 4 times. Unbelievable.
Sorry, I'm looking at stuff
or
on
Facebook.com/MainEventMadness.
On my boy.
All right, so we will be back here, guys, in just a couple minutes, and we will have TNA star Tyrus with us in just a couple moments.
Coming June 1st, a website not just for sports, not just for wrestling, but for madness. Main Event Madness. That's right, folks. MainEventMadness.com is relaunching June 1st, 2015. This website will have everything: wrestling news, sports news, columns, shopping, videos, and much more. You're not going to want to miss this. MainEventMadness.com returns Monday, June 1st, 2015. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Looking for quality wrestling news with an international flair? Looking for results and news from around the world? Look no further than Wrestling-News.net. Wayne Daly and his crew have you covered from top to bottom, from WWE to TNA to the top independent companies from around the world. Check them out. Wrestling-News.net. So you decided to check out Main Event Madness, and now you want to know how you can get the latest news about the show, the hosts, guests, showtimes, and more? Well, the answer's simple. Facebook. Head over to Facebook.com/MainEventMadness and be a part of the hundreds who have already liked the page and are the first to know everything you could ask about Main Event Madness. Facebook.com/MainEventMadness, the official Facebook page for Main Event Madness Radio. Want wrestling? Want sports? Want them all in one place? No problem. Check out Main Event Madness Radio. We have all the latest news, rumors, and results from all major wrestling companies and sports leagues, including WWE, TNA, NFL, and MLB, among others. Check us out today at Spreaker.com/show/MainEventMadness, and beginning on June 1st, check us out at MainEventMadness.com. Our wrestling, your sports, simply madness. Want to write a column, report news, a blog, or simply help out with the website? No problem. We're looking for reporters for sports, wrestling, and columnists. If interested, send an email and a resume to job@maineventmadness.com and join our team today. Main Event Madness is an equal opportunity employer. Please only send serious inquiries. The spam will not be read. MainEventMadness.com is back as of June 1st. Want to advertise with us? Email us at support@MainEventMadness.com and get information on one of 3 different sponsorship packages available, or ask to have one customized to your needs. Today, Main Event Madness, our wrestling, your sports, simply madness.
All right, folks, we are back here. This is Main Event Madness Radio, June 25th edition of the broadcast. And we thank you for taking time out of your nights to check out this very sports podcast. In case you guys are NBA fans, the NBA draft right now, Cavaliers selecting right now. Who do they got?
LeBron James Jr. Oh, wait, sorry.
Wow. So, there's a 3-way trade here. The Hawks got Tim Hardaway Jr., 2 future second-round draft picks from the Wizards. The Wizards got Kelly Oubre Jr., the 15th overall pick, and the Knicks got Jerry Grant. I apologize if I didn't pronounce his name right. He was the 19th overall pick. So, all right, well, there you have it. A little bit of wheeling and dealing here at the NBA draft. All right, and here we go. Cavs select Tyus Jones, a point guard from Duke. So
6'2", 185 pounds.
he's a freshman.
Wow.
All right then. Well,
way to go, kid.
Good luck with that. Wow. Hey, Al, how about the little parallels with that? The Heat drafted, or Kevin Love opted out of his contract. The Cavs drafted a point guard. LeBron opted out of his contract last year. The Heat drafted a point guard. A little bit of parallel there. But nonetheless, how can LeBron play general manager any better, or in this case worse, than he already has?
Can you say that again?
I said, can LeBron play general manager?
All right, guys, we need at this point to call our boy Tyrus.
I will call him at the moment. I didn't know if he was going to call in or not, but nonetheless.
No, I'm sorry about that. We are calling him.
We are calling him right now. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, your camera froze.
Hello.
Tyrus.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going, Tyrus? It's Alfonso.
Oh, man, what's up, Alfonso?
Good, man.
I'm behind the scenes right now here in my business at TNA.
You know what's funny? Last time you were on the show, you did the same thing. I think it was the week that you guys aired on Destination America.
Yeah, like literally, this is super live. Like, we're going to do this interview, and I'm going to run out there and pick somebody up, and then I can call you back when I'm done and put you on hold and have you talk to people while I go to handle it.
All right, that sounds freaking great. All right, so how's it going? How's the energy back there?
Oh, it's great, man. It's exciting, man. Like I said, we had a crazy show the other night. You know, all kinds of big surprises. Vader was back. We did some big things, and a lot of surprises. So it was cool.
All right, man. That's one thing I want to talk to you about. Last night it was crazy. As a fan of wrestling, I mean, Jeff Jarrett came back. Did you guys know he was backstage? How did that plan out?
Nope, I don't think it was more surprise than me. So, it looks like I'll be able to work over at Global Force now, so that's cool. So, the fans won last night. The fans definitely won.
All right, so you say, so does it look like, Jared, is there going to be a name brand situation, or is this more storyline-ish? I know that, I don't know if you know any details.
I'm telling you, all I know is as far as the world of Tyrus goes, and none of the details or whatever, I'm just shocked that everybody else is. Just take it as it comes. But, it's literally nobody knew, and we were just surprised fans.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And what was kind of weird about the situation, too, I mean, we interviewed Jeff Jarrett. We lined up stuff. I knew you were going to be a part of a couple of the first shows with Global Force Wrestling, and then they had to pull you out. Was there a reason for that? Can you talk about that?
Just a contract thing, Global Force was trying to have a TV deal, I guess, and we already have a TV company, so it was a conflict of interest, But looks like they've handled all that stuff out, so the fans are going to get great matches, and it's really going to be a good thing.
All right, man, let me ask you, Tyrus, I mean, there's been a lot of changes in your company, especially with TNA Wrestling. A lot of people came in yesterday. Matt Morgan, Vader was there. I mean, I know he's just doing that thing with Brand, but, Matt Morgan came back. You had Jeff Jarrett came. There's a lot of people that came back yesterday, but there's low-key apparently just departed. Is it kind of strange how many people are leaving, how many people are staying, how many people are coming?
That's the wrestling business. It's been like that for 100 years, man. As far as I focus on Tyrus, I focus on doing what I got to do and being where I'm going to be at. And I really don't worry about the other stuff. I can't control what other things are going on. I can just control what I can do in the ring and stuff. So as far as all that political stuff who's coming and going, I see it just like the fans do, but that's the nature of the business. NFL, NBA, wrestling the same way.
Well, can I ask you a question really quick, if you don't mind?
Yeah,
kind of touching on that. There was a big rumor going around today, in addition to Low-Key leaving the company, that James Storm, I don't know if it was on Twitter or what have you, he was kind of putting out a little bit of cryptic tweets. Has he departed as well? If you're able to answer.
Like I said, I have no clue. My name is Bennett, and I'm not in it. And unless it starts with a P and then with an S, I'm not focused on it.
I don't blame you, man. I
got enough trouble just maintaining my world. You know what I'm saying?
Besides you, of course, he was another guy I like to watch over at TNA. So I was just curious. But thank you for the honesty, sir. And back to Alfonso we go.
All right, man. Like I was saying, I mean, are you guys? Is there energy, excitement back there?
Everyone's fired up, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing some good things.
You're crowd a little bit more.
The wrestling world is changing, man. It's a good change, man. And the fans are happy, and we're happy, and everyone's talking, and we're buzzing. So it's a good thing.
I appreciate that. And you were in WWE for a while. We talked about this before, but now that you're TNA I'm not even sure how long it's been that you're TNA. I mean,
October, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I know you missed the guys. You told us that in the past, but how are things, in regards of being run? Do you feel like it's easier to work with TNA creative or WWE creative? Or is it the same run?
More freedom in terms of there's less chefs in the kitchen. If that makes any sense. Okay. Both systems work. Just a little more focused on wrestling. And I kind of like it because I'm reestablishing myself. Getting away from the old character, or working on something new. So it's always cool when you get that creative freedom to do your thing. So it's different, but I like the challenge, and I think I'm doing well with it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: I love that you're posting your videos, and you got that beast mode beer going on. I freaking love it. I think it's great not to see the Funkasaurus or seeing Tyrus come into his own. I'm enjoying it as a fan. I'm happy for you, Tyrus. I mean, what are we going to see more out of Tyrus? I know you're pumping the iron crazy, and is that beer going to get any longer than what it is?
I'm not cutting this beer till I get gold. So, I might be stepping on that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Keep training, doing my thing. So,
And what has it been like? I mean, you've been around EC3 right now, and he's had they've been putting a rocket up his butt, I guess, or ass. He's been doing so great. How's it been, being with him?
He's focused. He's fired up, man. We're going against Kurt Angle, and I mean, who couldn't ask for that? Anybody that grew up in this business to be in the same ring with Kurt Angle, just because he's got what we want. You know what I'm saying? But I've all the respect in the world for him. But unfortunately, he's in our way, so I gotta do what I gotta do. But all respect, and he's one of the greatest of our era. Period. So.
And I know you got and I'm just trying to make it quick because I know you did this last minute. A couple of questions came in. In regards, and this is a weird question. I don't even know, but your favorite city to work in? Is there any city or arena that you got there and you said, "Holy shit, I'm here"?
Probably the first time I was in the Staples Center, or the first time I was in Boston Garden. I'm saying because those are two places I grew up, so that was huge for me. WrestleMania in Atlanta. That first match out there, that first guy out there, and feeling like what it's basically being watched by a city. That was really like, I made it. I did it. So.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and let me ask you, man. I saw you put a touching video up of Dusty Rhodes, man. I'm still kind of shocked, and he did so much for the business. I want to ask you what he meant to you and your career. What is your fondest memory?
He was an educator. He was a father figure. He meant everything to me in terms of learning stuff, but he was a big part of giving me the confidence to do what I was going to do. And the Funkasaurus wouldn't happen without him. And honestly, the confidence to be myself and branch out and do my own thing wouldn't happen without the American thing. I love him. I miss him. And I'm not condolences to his family. And I'm not talking about him as a wrestler. I'm talking about him as a teacher. As people say, things in Canada and stuff like that. He was a great man. I was fortunate to be one of his teachers.
And let me ask you, man, last time we spoke, and this is to try to make some headlines here. I told my buddy I had to ask you. I know you've been busy, but have you seen what happened with Rick Ross? Last time we spoke, we talked about hip-hop and Tupac and how hip-hop is dead and all that. Have you seen what Rick Ross and what he's going through right now with the aggravated assault or kidnapping and all that?
I mean, all hip hop is it don't make no sense to me. A man who was made and established, his sincerity kid's got to be kicking himself. This dude he's in a situation where he's got fuck you money. You know what I'm saying? So he shouldn't be in these situations. So whatever that happens, man, you just look at the people around him and the people that he's got watching him and making him to make right decisions because, a lot of pressure. But at the end of the day, man, you got to take care of yourself and be smart and realize that all eyes are on you. And if you're doing it for a rep and things like that, those days are over. You can't go on a blind beat nobody ever wants, Just the way America is, things have changed. So it's too bad. I mean, back in the day when somebody went to jail and messed up and made a hit album, now they get a reality show. So, you know what I'm saying? It's, so who knows, but I really don't focus on that stuff too much. To be honest with you, man, when it comes to rap music, man, I'm switching the channel. I love listening to AC/DC.
There you go.
There you go, man. There you go. All right, so is it safe to say you ain't going to be challenging Rick Ross to any type of wrestling match? Give him a lesson when you're down here in Miami? I know you got the Legends of Wrestling.
Nah, man. I'm sure I'll let Rick stick to rapping and he'll let me stick to wrestling.
But I was saying, man, I told my buddy, I'm like, you know what, let's get bro, Tyrus, and we'll make TMZ if we call him out to a wrestling match.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to write and then go to the assault charges and you got a doctor bill, I don't know if you want all that. So,
man.
So, cause ain't gonna be no Bam Bam Lawrence over here, bruh. Let that alone. Don't even worry about it. It's a strange time right now. We got white people being black, Donald Trump, talking trash about Mexicans. Like, it's just a crazy time right now. I feel like it's like 1942 all of a sudden. Like, there's a time machine. We just got thrown back in. It just makes no sense,
Man, and it's funny because I wanted to even talk to you about it, and John thought it was crazy, but it's like this thing with rest in peace, everybody, those people that died, those 9 at the church. But there's this discussion now about the Confederate flag and if it should be raised. Can I get your thoughts on that, or is that something you don't want to touch?
No, you know what, man? Like, I'll say it like this. The Confederate flag is what it is. It's been here for a long time, and those people choose to you want to salute that flag or whatever, it's your right. As a United States citizen, you can do that. But when institutions are hanging in, I kind of have issues with that. And as far as like that guy who did the shooting, man, he didn't belong to nothing. His own situation was that he didn't belong. He was a reject or whatever. And what he was thinking to do was claim he was a racist. But I don't think he had, honestly, the integrity to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's just a lost person, and he's white, so he says it's supremacist for attention. What he did was a terrorist thing, and he should be treated as such. We should never see that fool's picture on the news. Just the families. Don't give him any press. Don't give the guys who think maybe that's what I need to do to get attention. I call them video game bandits because I don't think the reality of what they've done sets in. It's just a sad part of society that those guys are out there, and then when they do it, people use it for issues that it's not really about. It's not about the Confederate flag. The actions of the judge or the city that chose not. I'll be honest with you, man. If something happened to me, I wouldn't care whether the flag was up or down, because the Confederate flag means absolutely nothing to me. That's like wearing a second place. It's like when the Celtics lost to the Lakers. I'm rocking the Celtics, second best team. No one cares. You're lost. It's over. But they want to choose their history this one in. That's not on me. But my condolences to the families, to the loss, the community, the black eye it puts on the area. And it's too bad that it's become about a flag. When that flag shouldn't be up in public settings or whatever. But that's where it's at in our country, and that's my music, fellas. I'm about to go handle this business. You keep reading about to go beat somebody up. I'll call y'all back if you want, but I'll be back in about 7-8 minutes. So
hit me up. You got a number there. All right, hit us up.
Another question with my Twitter, man. We'll finish up tonight.
All right, sounds good, man.
And one. All right.
All right, do your thing, man.
All right, guys. That was TNA star Tyrus. We gotta.
I love having him on the show. He just, I almost hate talking wrestling with this freaking guy because he's so passionate about stuff that he brought up the Confederate flag, John, before I even, he brought up that issue before I even got to it. That's why what a great guy this freaking guy is, man.
Yep, but guys, we're going to take another commercial break here. We got a little bit of an issue we got to work out here, and we got a lot more to come here on Main Event Madness Radio, special 3-hour edition of the broadcast, so you guys aren't going to want to go anywhere. This is Main Event Madness Radio. We are live, baby, live.
Coming June 1st, a website not just for sports, not just for wrestling, but for madness. Main Event Madness. That's right, folks. MainEventMadness.com is relaunching June 1st, 2015. This website will have everything: wrestling news, sports news, columns, shopping, videos, and much more. You're not going to want to miss this. MainEventMadness.com returns Monday, June 1st, 2015. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Looking for quality wrestling news with an international flair? Looking for results and news from around the world? Look no further than Wrestling-News.net. Wayne Daly and his crew have you covered from top to bottom, from WWE to TNA to the top independent companies from around the world. Check them out, Wrestling-News.net. So you decided to check out Main Event Madness, and now you want to know how you can get the latest news about the show, the hosts, guests, showtimes, and more? Well, the answer's simple. Facebook. Head over to Facebook.com/MainEventMadness and be a part of the hundreds who have already liked the page and are the first to know everything you could ask about Main Event Madness. Facebook.com/MainEventMadness, the official Facebook page for Main Event Madness Radio. Want wrestling? Want sports? Want them all in one place? No problem. Check out Main Event Madness Radio. We have all the latest news, rumors, and results from all major wrestling companies and sports leagues, including WWE, TNA, NFL, and MLB, among others. Check us out today at Spreaker.com/show/Main Event Madness, and beginning on June 1st, check us out at MainEventMadness.com. Our wrestling, your sports, simply madness. Want to write a column, report news, a blog, or simply help out with the website? No problem. We're looking for reporters for sports, wrestling, and columnists. If interested, send an email and a resume to job@maineventmadness.com and join our team today. Main Event Madness is an equal opportunity employer. Please only send serious inquiries. The spam will not be read. MainEventMadness.com is back as of June 1st. Want to advertise with us? Email us at support@MainEventMadness.com and get information on one of 3 different sponsorship packages available, or ask to have one customized to your needs. Today, Main Event Madness, our wrestling, your sports, simply madness.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. This is Main Event Madness Radio, June 25th edition of the broadcast. Thank you for joining us and taking time away. And guess what, folks? What?
What?
Wait a minute. What the hell is that? Oh, this is a trade. Okay, I was trying to figure out. I thought there was another trade. But then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute. No, this already happened. So the Celtics are on the clock. The Clippers should be picking right now. But instead, the Celtics are, because they traded Doc Rivers to the Clippers a few years ago. I only saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we continue, hey man, I just wanted to again shout out to Tyrus. I don't know if he is
back in.
I'm sorry.
I said who very well may be calling back in on the show.
I know he told me to hit him on Twitter. I didn't catch the last of it. He's like, if we got more questions, I guess we hit him up on Twitter. I think it's great that he, right before, he's like, oh, there's my music. I got to go out there and kick some ass.
That just tells you how awesome it is backstage at TNA, because you think that shit would happen in WWE?
Oh, not a chance. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's no... Yeah, man, I agree.
But all right, guys. So, if you guys remember a while back, we had a buddy of mine on the show, Matt Brees. He's our analyst. We don't say whether he's the analyst of... but he's the analyst nonetheless. And with us, as I mentioned, and you guys have heard it throughout the broadcast tonight, I got... Al looks like he's got a chemistry project over there.
I do. It feels like it. You guys I'm telling you, if we ever do a YouTube live stream, you're gonna love our behind the scenes shit going on.
I was trying to make him mix drink, and I think he's failing miserably.
He ain't failing miserably because he's.
Nah, man, I got this shit on lock right now.
He's flying pretty high right now, so.
Flying? You mean flying, not frying.
I said flying.
It sounds like
this is
frying.
5 ounces.
Probably
This
did.
shit. I was making this drink
I
though.
think you got food on the brain.
From what I was eating earlier. And I think we lost Al again. He might have spilled the booze on
Raw the whole time.
There he is, I think.
I'm here. I don't know what you're talking about. You keep on saying that I'm gone. I don't know.
Miami internet freaking sucks. Anyway.
So does Miami Heat.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
hey, all I gotta say.
I
got how many championship rings?
Drafts on. I had to drop that.
All right, you know what? If he's going to bring this argument, all right, I'll win this argument.
Oh, fuck the Yankees! Don't even fucking start with the Yankees.
How many World Series
We
championships
got 37. We got 38.
Hey, I'll give you one better. The Marlins have 2 world titles. How many world titles do the Red Sox have, Mike?
I don't know, honestly. I barely watch baseball. I will not deny that. 8?
Oh, look at that. And they didn't...
Okay, well, let me give you a quick little stat. The Marlins is the only team in history to make it to the World Series without winning the division at both times. So they didn't win the division
actually, the Red
from
Sox,
the wild card.
Actually, the Red Sox and the White Sox were both wild card teams in 04 and 05, and they won the World Series. Al's internet cut out at that comment.
Apparently, are you sure he didn't cut out, or he cut it himself out so he didn't have to hear it?
That could be. Are you there, sir?
I'm here. I don't know what's going on. Your feed, everything doesn't stop. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Yours does. But anyway, yeah, the Red Sox won the AL wild card in 04 and won the World Series. And the White Sox won the 05 wild card in the American League and won the...
Again, they're the only team that's done it twice.
Twice doesn't mean it makes it better.
Did they?
Hey, it makes it better than once.
No, I'm pretty sure the Yankees won their division. Yeah, the Yankees won it. No, the Red Sox did it twice because the Red Sox were a wild card team in 07. But anyway, nonetheless, we're getting off topic here. So, Matt Parise, our analyst, has been on the show a few times, and I got my buddy, you guys have heard him through the show, one of our columnists over at MainEventMadness.com, Mr. Mike Rooker.
How's it going?
I never knew my phone could do that. So, they got a show coming up here, guys. We have, Al, I'm touched, man. We have a spinoff.
You're what?
I said, we have a spinoff.
That's a good thing, right?
I know. I'm so happy.
Let me tell you, I gotta say, Raw has some...
We'll get to it in a second here, guys.
Gotta love the technical difficulties.
Al, just stop and hold on.
Pretty.
All right, can you please repeat that because you cut out yet again? Momentarily here, folks. You know what? I'm happy if you know what we got all these technical difficulties throughout the show. I don't care because we didn't have any, at least audio-wise, during the interview with Tyrus. I'll take that trade-off.
What I don't understand is the fact that nothing stops on my end. Like, you guys are talking, your video's great. Everything, I hear you guys the whole time.
I don't know.
You keep on saying, wait, and I see you moving around in the church.
Well,
I don't understand.
It's like you just stop.
It's the Skype. Good old Skype. But nonetheless.
We might as well just call it skip nowadays.
Hey! My nuts are on the clock.
Huh?
Well, there's time wasted right there.
My nuts are on the clock.
My nuts are on the clock, you dick.
That was a great comment, by the way. There's time wasted right there.
But nonetheless, coming soon at MainEventMadness.com. Besides the drunk Cuban host of Main Event Madness.
I'm not drunk. I'm
you will be by 12:30.
What are you talking about? He'll be drunk by 11.
I think and what is it, 12 minutes? I can't even tell right now.
I can't even tell right now. Oh, hey, Tyrus, what's up? How you doing, man?
Tyrus, you want to fucking wrestle?
I hit you with a phone, man.
I'm so happy. Okay.
Anyway, coming soon to Main Event Madness Radio, our spin-off podcast, our stepchild, if you will.
The Working Progress. Yeah, not the greatest name in the world. We're still working at it.
Actually, it's growing on me. In the last hour, I like it.
That's not the only thing growing on him.
Actually, I'm shrinking, so I don't know what to tell you.
Sounds like it's a...
That's right, bitches. I'm going to call myself out. I've lost 67 pounds in 3 months. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, keep on typing. Okay.
Oh, yeah!
There we go.
And guess what,
About
guys?
time, I like that.
Guess what, guys? It only cost him
$9.99. Fucking bastard.
But
all right, guys. Can we move on with the show, or are we still fighting audio issues?
You didn't even really give Mike a chance to plug his show.
Oh yeah, what the hell's going on here? Huh? Work in progress.
Time to time, he talks over you because he wants his opinion spoken.
No, man, I'm just trying to see where we're at on the show.
LeBron talks over everybody in the NBA when he was in Miami. Al doesn't.
And
he's always been in Miami.
To Cleveland.
Yeah.
And that's working well for him, ain't it?
I'm taking my talents to Cleveland. What?
Yeah, okay. You'll go back to Seattle before you go to Cleveland.
I agree. No, really. Okay, so let's start, everybody. Work in progress. What is it about? What is the name? What is it?
I gotta ask you a question about Seattle after.
All right, well, since it's the work in progress, it's mostly going to be wrestling. It's going to be me and Matt just pretty much bullshitting for about half an hour to an hour about wrestling. We'll talk about maybe some rods, like what they did, how we would book it. We'll definitely do some fantasy matchups. I guarantee our first show is going to be this. What matches would you rather see at like a WrestleMania 32? Would you rather see 3 matches, Rock versus Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold versus Brock Lesnar, Triple H versus Baron Corbin, or would you rather see on one side of the ring The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold against Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose?
Now that he gave away the entire premise of his show.
Whoa, hey. That's a topic right there. Then we build the mania around those matches, or we bullshit of what matches we'd like to see, who we bring up, who leaves, who comes back, and whatnot.
All right, so let me ask you, and I wish I could see both of you. This is killing me because I want to see John's face. There we go. Feels great.
Well, that was...
So the work in progress. John gave me an insight why you use the word work or working. So what is the reasoning behind that? Because John gave me kind of a little bit about it.
Well, essentially, it's
Your volume was really low, John. Or if you could put it up. All right, go ahead.
Well, it's basically wrestling. It's like when you book a show, you're working a crowd, you're working a main event, you're working a match, whatever. You're picking spots essentially. So we're pretty much working our way towards. I guess we're working our...
They're working on their microphone issues there. I know that it sounded better before I told you to move the computer. Alright, so we're talking about our new show, Work in Progress. We're giving the basis of it, and they're working on...
Can you hear us?
Essentially a problem that I created.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear us now?
I don't know what happened. The microphone is dead.
Is the microphone...
It's like very muted. I hear you, but very low.
Can you hear us?
Oh, man, what the...
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's just really low compared to before.
Hold on.
Alright, guys, they're working on that right now. Of course, it's my fault, because I said, hey, switch over the camera, right?
What about now?
And I destroyed their microphone.
How about now? Is it good?
It's really low, John. I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, I can hear you, but it's not like it was.
Can you hear us now? I don't know, dude.
We dropped the mic. Literally, we dropped the mic.
There's nothing I can do, man.
We can try to unplug
it
back in.
Let's just keep on going then.
Anything better now?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah, it's back. It's back.
Oy vey.
All right, so the work in progress. What was the basis of that?
Here, let's do a sound check really quick. Can you hear me?
No, you're perfect. You're
Mike.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Besides just talking about fantasy booking, how we would book their pay-per-views or their Raws, we were also going to discuss the history stuff, like let's say back in like 1987, if Sean became a born-again Christian before he did the Montreal Screwjob, like what would happen after that? You know, it's pretty much us working within the business of what we could change or what would happen if we changed a certain thing.
So essentially, using the word work of wrestling into the show. I think it's awesome. I love the name of it. I hope you guys stick to it. So, and when is it going to debut? When are we going to have it on MadeInMadness.com?
Sometime in July to late July to early August. I can guarantee by August we will have our first show. I can guarantee by August.
I love guarantees, man. That's freaking awesome. I'm excited. It should be great. Yeah! That's right. All right, guys. So a work in progress. It's literally in the works.
And so it won't cost you
$9.99. Be able to find us at our home at maineventmadness.com. And you can find me at Maverick Rooker on Twitter.
He was mad at me, guys. So, yes, please follow Mike at Maverick Rooker on Twitter, and follow Matt Brees, the host of Work in Progress. Sorry.
Whoa! We're co-hosts here, you son of a bitch.
Co-host?
Yeah. I'm the one paying for all the damn equipment.
There you go.
Listen.
Hey, Matt, if you're listening to this,
so essentially you're John Kerry.
But I'm the one buying all this.
Hey. He's still the host. Listen. He takes the title of host, and I paid for everything. You're looking at it.
Yeah, I refuse to
I'll do a periscope here during the next commercial break and show you everything I've paid for. He still gets the title of host. I mean, I only had it when he was off playing hooky for 4 months, but, you know. Ironically, when Matt filled in.
No, but trust me, you guys will enjoy it. It's just going to be me and Matt bullshitting the entire time. Kind of like these two do here, but maybe just a bit better.
Actually, probably worse. But that's okay. But that's just because you're on it.
Ouch.
Please apply aloe lightly to that burn. Who the hell is McCullough? I've never even heard of that dude. Who the Nets just picked. Anyway, the Warriors are picking right now. The world champions of the National Basketball Association.
Who's going to be next?
Kevin Looney. I wonder if he's related to Chandra.
Power UCLA.
Hey, she just had a birthday, and I love that.
Happy Butter and Lesbians Day, Chandra, if you're listening.
Chandra, you know she's about to get married. She's engaged.
Wonder if they'll have Butter and Lesbians at the wedding.
HLA.
All I know it's funny because David Hero and her still talk, which is great. All right, can I ask you a question?
Who doesn't that guy talk to?
You talk to everybody. 11. Okay, so right now it's 11 p.m. And
everywhere but here.
He looks like a loony. Kevin Looney.
Hey, now.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, dude, it's 11 p.m. and we're not even at the 10 p.m. rundown. So I think we should probably do that now.
All right, you know what, Mike?
Well, we did have the interview up.
We did. We did have a good interview. And we've had more technical issues than Al has speaking after Hooker on Phonics. Mike, do you have your running shoes ready?
Oh, this ought to be good. What?
Do you have your running shoes ready? Because 10 minutes, 5 topics, Mike. It's time for the rundown.
Woo!
First up, Triple H is teasing an NXT live special in New York City before SummerSlam, the night before SummerSlam in August. Al? First of
all, are you guys going to drive over there and fucking go to it?
No!
Why the hell not?
All right, so you're going to go to the NXT, and I'm going to the one in Miami, and we're going to be all freaking happy.
That's a good question. You're driving. I got the newer car.
Fine by me. I'll drive my newer car.
Yeah, John's car is all fucked up.
Actually, no. I got a new battery in it. I got momentarily. See, the difference between me and Al doing this or not is Al's probably connected to his Wi-Fi, so we're going to have more Skype technical difficulties.
Dude, I swear to God, you say it's me, but I think it's you.
Is he giving me the it's not you, it's me talk, but reversed?
I don't know, but isn't this supposed to be a quick rundown of stuff and we're going way off topic here?
That's what happens. Anyway, while we're getting these up, Low-Key, as you heard during our interview with TNA star Tyrus, is gone from TNA Wrestling. I wonder where he'll end up. Probably Ring of Honor, where everybody else who was in TNA usually ends up.
Or he could be lucky and join Global Force Wrestling.
That'd actually be a good pickup for them.
And then technically he'll be back on the same show he just left. Just saying.
That would be hysterical.
Oh, you know what? I want
back on TNA working for Global Force Wrestling. Wow.
I told you his Skype was going to mess up.
You couldn't.
Let me ask you guys.
It hurts. What?
When we talked to Tyrus moments ago, did you hear what he said?
Yes. He doesn't pay attention.
No. He said it really briefly. He said, it's exciting because we are now working for GFW.
With GFW.
Or are you sure he said that?
No.
I think
we're going to have to hear back on that audio because it was kind of weird.
But nonetheless, Al, are you getting your Periscope ready?
I'm trying to, but you keep on bitching that your internet connection sucks, so I don't know.
Anyway, Motorhead is recording a new song, a cover of the Rolling Stones song Sympathy for the Devil, at a personal request from Triple H to Lemmy, the singer of Motorhead. This has a lot of people, and Triple H is teasing something big for SummerSlam. So this has a lot of people wondering whether or not Triple H is going to have another grand entrance at SummerSlam, and or will this new song be the new theme song for Triple H and or the Authority?
I see it more as the Authority versus Triple H. If he does use it, he'll use it at Mania. Possibly. I don't think he'll use that kind of song at a SummerSlam. Though it'd be a good place to use it, I see it more as a major theatrical thing for WrestleMania.
No, I mean it's
momentarily, guys.
I'm sorry?
There we go. Okay, he's back, I think. Anyway, you were saying.
I'm going to reconnect.
You go reconnect, and in the meantime, me and Mike will be continuing the rundown.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we'll continue the rundown.
So what? We got the...
Dolph Ziggler posted a picture on Twitter with a few goals and objectives, and one of them said, retiring from wrestling. Has a lot of people wondering whether or not he's... Are you reconnecting, or what are you doing now?
It looks like I already reconnected to the other modem in the building.
Oh, okay.
That was quick.
See?
So do I sound better?
Oh, you sound great.
Because this one's actually worse than my modem. But we'll see what happens. Fucking shit, man.
It's live radio, dude. It happens. Anyway, it just means it'll be so much better when I move to Florida, and we have a studio soon in Florida with a steady connection that doesn't drop every 5 seconds on my end, more than likely. Al, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, so another debut/return. What's the matter?
No, go ahead.
No, what? What were you saying?
No, I didn't say nothing. I was just fucking aggravated with everything here.
There you go. That's the secret stuff right there. You'll feel better momentarily. You know I'm right. That's why you're smirking and you're pissed at the same time. So am I, but you just got to focus on the positive. We didn't have any issues during Tyrus. I'll deal with all these issues during the show in exchange for not having any issues during an interview. We've had that problem before. We lost the show because of it. We've had this problem before.
No, you know what was the worst when we had to cancel on David Hero and Al Snow.
But David Hero will be on the show soon. Possibly even next week. Possibly. Possible. He's not talking. He's mad. He's going to huff and a puff and blow the connection down.
So who's Serena Deb?
Serena Deeb, do you remember the Straight Edge Society?
CM Punk?
CM Punk.
Doc Gallows when he was a stupid ass?
Doc Gallows when he was...
Festus.
Yes.
So she was her?
That was Serena from that group, yes.
Okay, so forming the debuts in TNA. When did that happen?
They recorded another episode of Impact after the show last night, which is why... Well, there goes that part of the show. Which is why TNA does not have a world title match at Slammiversary this Sunday, because of the taping schedule that they were given. So, Serena Deeb debuted with James Storm last night, and it's going to be interesting, whether or not she whether or not she adds some life to the Knockouts division that's about as stale as
Raw's main event divas.
Yeah, pretty much. And momentarily here, folks. Senor Merriman, are you there?
Yes, I am. I want to see if this works better.
Well, of course it will, except for the fact you're on an iPhone.
I'm sorry?
I said it will, except for the fact you're on an iPhone.
It's funny because it sounds like shit on my phone, too.
It doesn't sound completely horrible.
All right, guys.
I think we just lost him again.
Nope, he's still there.
Are you still there?
There we go. We just gave the connection some steroids. Anyway, let's move on here a little bit. Let's make up some time with some topics. Al, are you ready for this?
I've been trying to be ready. Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. It's time for the injury report brought to you by MainEventMadness.com and ESPN.com, as well as Wrestling-News.net. Eric Rowan, a member of the Wyatt family, is out indefinitely due to an arm injury that apparently is regarded as serious, but no word yet, at least as of writing. How long he will miss. So, an unfortunate blow for Eric Rowan to miss time, especially since he was just reunited with Luke Harper, and it seemed like they were going to add some much-needed life in the tag division. So, unfortunately for that, and see here, lost my notes for a second. Sorry about that. Tyson Kidd, in case you guys didn't know, was injured a few weeks ago by Samoa Joe after botching taking the Muscle Buster. Tyson Kidd got neck surgery, opted to get a full fix on his neck versus getting a partial fix to get back sooner. Tyson Kidd will be out 12 to 14 months. So that would set him up for a SummerSlam 2016 time frame for a return.
The question is what they can do with Cesaro in the meantime.
That is the question. We'll get to that a little bit later on here. Now heading over to Major League Baseball, the Boston Red Sox placed second baseman Dustin Pedroia on the disabled list with I believe it was a wrist injury or an arm injury, or I believe Freddie Freeman, the first baseman for the Atlanta Braves, was placed on the DL as well. That was with a hand injury, a wrist injury, I believe. Giants place outfielder Nori Aoki on the disabled list, and the Nationals are watching star outfielder Bryce Harper, who is one of the top home run hitters in baseball right now, obviously behind Marlins star outfielder Giancarlo Stanton, who is leading the pack with how many home runs does he have right now, Mr. Merriman, sir?
A lot. I don't know. I'll be honest. Every game he's averaging one or two. I don't know. He's been doing really good. So it's got to be in the 20s. So
yeah, I think it's like almost 25.
Yeah, he's doing real good. The other day he hit like 2 or 3. So yeah.
So that would be an incredibly bad blow to the Nationals if they lose Harper. Time will tell with that. He's missed a couple of games with that injury. Hoping to avoid the disabled list, like I mentioned. And there's a bright spot of optimism for the fourth place. Actually, let's get current standings brought to you by MajorLeagueBaseball.com and the @Bat app. Marlins are getting a bright glimmer of hope returning by the time we come back on the air next week. Jose Fernandez will be.
Oh, we miss you, Fernandez. We need your wins.
We'll be returning next Thursday during this very broadcast. Actually, it'll be before the broadcast because they. Wow, that's really weird. It's a 9 a.m. game in San Francisco.
Why? Really?
12 Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
It's still even weird. That's strange.
That's
okay.
really weird. Must be something going on in San Francisco that day. Nonetheless, a little bit of a bright glimmer of hope there for the Marlins. Getting Jose Fernandez back, a Cy Young Award winner, I believe, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
He's only been around for a year. He was Rookie of the Year, wasn't he? This is your team, Al. Nonetheless,
You got to. All right, let me tell you something.
Oh, here we go.
Nobody
cares about the Marlins when they're beating.
You get upset. You get upset with me, John. But straight up, last year I boycott teams. Last year I boycotted the Marlins because of the ownership, and I might do the same shit with the Heat. So I didn't really see any games last year. I don't know nothing about them from last year. I don't know if you won the side. I don't know. Straight up, I don't. It sounds stupid, but after you get screwed so many times, this is why everybody hates Man fans. We're assholes.
Not all of you, just Alfonso Merriman.
Just me, Alfonso, and the Merrimons.
Well, hey, I don't know the Merrimons, so I'm not going to judge the Merrimons.
There's not many of us out there, but there's enough.
There's not many of you. There's like 50 of you.
That's considered small for them.
Al, why are you so quiet, sir?
I'll be honest, I'm really, your buddy's there. We're having a shitty, technical, difficult week. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. So I'm like...
Hey, just take it in stride, dude. You got to just take it as it comes. Got to make the best of it.
Got the good with the bad.
Exactly.
Right now, we're having a fun time. I think it's going great.
I think we're having a pretty good show, all things considered, Al.
I guess so, yeah. I was just trying to read something about Kevin Love and all that. Are we done with the injury report?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think about Kevin Love opting out and stuff, and the fact that LeBron James doesn't want him back?
Well, I know where he won't go.
Miami?
He won't go to Minnesota.
Why is that?
Oh, the team hated him.
No. Just trying to see,
Maybe he'll go to the Brooklyn Nets. And there's Al hitting his head. All right, guys. Let's see. While Al's reading up, a little bit of news came out earlier this week. Quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson, kind of teasing on Twitter that he may not stay with the Seahawks after his contract expires at the end of this season. He was basically implying that he wants to explore the free agent market.
Now, I don't know if this is a good thing for Russell Wilson. I'll be honest with you.
I'll take him.
Jessica will do that everybody they can, dude.
I'll take him.
I don't think that he's led his team to the Super Bowl twice. I think that the people around him more led them to the Super Bowl twice in two. I know Russell Wilson can move. He's a runner. There's just something about him that I really don't like. Like, I wouldn't want him as my QB because I know they, as a team, the Seahawks have gone to the Super Bowl twice, back to back. But I think it's a if you look at their something. I love Seattle. That's my second team because I lived in Seattle.
Right.
Looking at how the Seattle got to the Super Bowl, it was more their defense and Lynch, precisely Russell Wilson. And I think that's why one of the reasons why, management and whoever decides on paying contracts, why they're hesitant on giving him that big contract and whatnot. I don't know. There's just something there that it's like I almost feel like if you put Ryan Tannehill or a couple of these other guys on that same Seahawks team, that they would have gone too deep into the Super Bowl. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but to me it does.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at if you really break down regular season and you see how they won games, right, it's because of that defense. They got a defense. So I don't know. I don't know if Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson would just don't have shit. But I don't know. There's still something about Wilson that I don't trust.
If anything, I wouldn't mind seeing Wilson try to go to the Cowboys because after they lost to Marco Murray, they need someone who can run. Now, obviously, Wilson plays quarterback, but he also can run like the damn wind, and he's got decent passing abilities too, unless you count his Super Bowl fiasco. But I think he'd be a good fit in the Cowboys. Anywhere else, Jets could definitely use someone like him. He's got experience, unlike Geno.
Even the Dolphins, even though they just paid out that massive contract to Tannehill.
I wouldn't tell you. I don't know.
I think Tannehill's fine where he is for now. I obviously have to see how the season goes for him, but
or a team like Cleveland. I mean, surely Johnny Manziel isn't the quarterback of the future.
No, they might as well. Jaguars would take him too, because Jaguars, what help they can damn get. Sorry,
I'll tell you right now, I think the most impact that he can make, like, let's say next season, let's see if he would get traded or something. If he goes to the Jets with your receiving core and him in the backfield, I mean, not in the backfield, I'm sorry. I'd say that because he fucking runs like a running back. With the Jets, I think he has the most opportunity to get deep into the playoffs. Because of the, got Decker, Marshall, I don't know. I can see him in the Jets and make some noise, but that's about it. I can't think of. I can say Matt Wilson can actually go in there and do something more. And again, John, you keep on saying that the Jets have a great defense. Is that what you told me a couple weeks back? I don't know. I got to see it. It's hard, man, because I hate the fucking Jets and you love them.
Time will tell, my man. Time will tell.
I'm not going to... It will be an interesting season this year, though. That is for sure.
I think first time that, in a weird way, I know the Patriots are still the fucking Patriots. I think we both hate the Patriots. That's why we get along.
No. Not just you two. I hate the Patriots. I can't stand them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all hate the Patriots. I think this year, between the Dolphins, the Bills, I'm actually more scared of the Bills than I am of the Patriots this year. The Bills, I think, got a monster team put together. I mean, can you guys agree with that or not?
Bills?
Let's see how they...
Dude, think about what they got. Come on. You're not what they did this offseason.
You got to remember how...
I mean, they got... there's the word. I got it in. A mute on that team. It's a sick team, I think.
You got to remember, too, though.
The Bills are always slow to start.
Well, that and E.J. Manuel is a very shaky quarterback, which is why they were talking about putting him as a halfback instead.
The problem with E.J. Manuel that he's been injured. That's what's made him shaky.
That too. I mean, he has yet to prove that he can stay healthy and handle a grueling 16-week season. And until he proves that, I mean, it's hard to take the Bills for real. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Jets fan. I'm saying that as a sports fan. I mean, how can you exactly
there we go. We got Raccoon Christmas for Syracuse. Sorry, guys. I mean, they know what to do. But local boy for us, me and John. Slightly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where's he going?
He is heading to the Timberwolves, ironically. I was just mentioning that. I feel so sorry for Christmas.
Hey, who knows? Maybe he might be able to do something for him.
Well, we found
Hey, you know what's funny? Guys, speaking of Russell Wilson, he's making headlines right now. How weird is this? This is the headline. Russell Wilson shares scandalous photo of Sierra for Woman Crush Wednesday. Yes, that's making headlines right now.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys the link. That's freaking hilarious.
Oh, geez.
This ought to be good. I got my phone off. I'm a professional.
Alright. So, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one more commercial break here. We're going to get regrouped. We have a bunch of topics coming up here, including some controversy controversy, if I could talk to that.
Controversies?
Oh, wait a minute now. So,
Yeah, the fucking
proposed trade.
the Heat already have a. Go ahead.
Proposed trade. Tyus Jones to the Timberwolves, the 24th overall pick, and Rakeem Christmas, notably, to Cleveland. It'd be Steady Osman. Is that how you say his name? I don't even know.
G. Steady Osman and F. Rakeem.
Yeah, so
Christmas. Guard and forward. Yeah. Rakeem Christmas and C.D. Osman to the Cavaliers would be received from the Cavaliers, or whatever you want to call it, and the Timberwolves will receive Tyrus Jones. Yeah.
It's a proposed trade. Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I think Rakeem would be better as a Cavalier. Honestly,
I was gonna say, if you're gonna say Timberwolves.
No.
Al, what do you think of that?
He would stand out more as a Timberwolf. Don't get me wrong.
Rakeem Christmas going to Cleveland and Tyus Jones going to Minnesota.
Welcome to the NBA draft, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Main Event Madness.
Nah, LeBron James is working. He's working tonight. He's the new GM he's the GM, the coach, and cheerleader for the Cavs.
This is true. All right, guys, we got some controversy with LA and out in California with the NBA. We got a return segment, What Were You Thinking?, involving TNA Wrestling. And Al, I haven't told you about this one. I was meant to tell you earlier before the show, but I haven't talked to you about this yet. We'll talk about it when we get back.
You son of a bitch.
I know. It's on the sheet, though. Also, did the Broncos almost make a bigger blunder than letting John Fox go to Chicago? And, of course, today, for 37 more minutes, is Today in Wrestling, back 8 years ago. We're going to talk about it in a new segment called Today in History. Today, 8 years ago, was the day that changed wrestling forever. Yeah, that and a bunch more topics. Plus, will Tyrus call back into the show?
If I tell him, he will.
You guys are going to have to stick around to see that for sure. But this is Main Event Madness Radio. We're live, and we will be back in just a couple of minutes.
Coming Jewelers, a website not just for sports, not just for wrestling, but for Want wrestling news? Want sports news? Want columns, podcasts, shopping, and a place to chat with fans around the world? Then you want MainEventMadness.com. This site has everything from the latest news about all your favorite wrestling companies, including WWE, TNA, ROH, and Global Force Wrestling, as well as news about all the major sports leagues, MLB, NFL, and NBA. Give us a try, and you won't regret it. It's MainEventMadness.com, where the madness runs wild. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Looking for quality wrestling news with an international flair? Looking for results and news from around the world? Look no further than Wrestling-News.net. Wayne Daly and his crew have you covered from top to bottom, from WWE to TNA to the top independent companies from around the world. Check them out, Wrestling-News.net. So you decided to check out Main Event Madness, and now you want to know how you can get the latest news about the show, the hosts, guests, showtimes, and more? Well, the answer's simple. Facebook. Head over to Facebook.com/MainEventMadness and be a part of the hundreds who have already liked the page and are the first to know everything you could ask about Main Event Madness. Facebook.com/MainEventMadness, the official Facebook page for Main Event Madness Radio. Want to write a column, report news, a blog, or simply help out with the website? No problem. We're looking for reporters for sports, wrestling, and columnists. If interested, send an email and a resume to job@maineventmadness.com and join our team today. Main Event Madness is an equal opportunity employer. Please only send serious inquiries. The spam will not be read. From the associate producer of The Wrestler, and in the tradition of Joe Franklin and Ed Sullivan variety talk shows, Evan Ginsberg's Legends TV features an eclectic mix of legendary million-selling musicians, indie artists deserving greater exposure, and colorful pro wrestlers. Co-hosted by Steve Ludwig of Classic Pop Culture Radio, the show airs live every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern at MadhouseTV.com and LegendsTVNYC.com. Martha Wash, Crown Heights Affair, Lanny Poffo, Nicole Bass, and other legends have joined us. You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends TV.
Alrighty, folks. Sorry about that little technical difficulty. I had a much better set of commercials uploaded that I forgot to swap out. So sorry. I apologize about that. But yes, guys, if you guys heard that last commercial break, by the way, Al, much better so far. If you guys heard that last commercial break, yes, Legends TV. Check it out, legendstvnyc.com, madhousetv.net. Excuse me. Legends TV. It's a variety talk show. It features some of the most eclectic mix of personalities that you could ever ask for in one TV program. And you guys can check it out on legendstvnyc.com and madhousetv.net, part of the Madhouse TV networks. And it's on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. Like I said, legendstvnyc.com. Or if you guys can't check it live, no problem. legendstvnyc.com. They got a full archive up there. And youtube.com. And search for Madhouse TV. They have every episode up there also. So, and that's how I've watched the show sometimes too. So it's a great show. I mean, it doesn't really matter who they have on either. I mean, they always have some pretty decent, really decent actually, conversations and personalities on there, from wrestlers to artists to poets to singers, musicians. It doesn't really matter. I mean, whoever they have on there, Evan's able to have great shows, great conversations, no matter what. So you guys definitely going to want to check them out. Speaking of Evan Ginsberg, he was the associate producer of the award-winning film, or Oscar-nominated film, I apologize, The Wrestler, starring Mickey Rourke, from about 8 years ago. He will begin joining us as a regular contributor starting next week. So, nice little a little feature for you guys to check out every week. We will be determining over the next couple of days what kind of segment that's going to be. But nonetheless, Main Event Madness will now have Evan Ginsberg joining starting next week. So that's going to be pretty fun.
It's not to shoot the Miami Heat's horn, but they're getting a lot of positive feedback on their pick tonight. CBS Sports are telling the world right now that the Heat made a A+. Their draft grade is an A+.
Huh?
Which is, this guy apparently, he even said that now everyone's all excited because he's saying that I'm going to be playing with Dwayne Wade. It's big as a Heat fan because we all think Wade is leaving the Heat this season, so we don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's just interesting as a fan of the NBA to see all these different stories popping up. I can't keep up with it.
And you guys pick right now, and then we pick next. So I kind of hope that we can pick a power forward. We need one. So be interesting to see. And it's going to be a long few years before we get any decent draft picks. Some really stupid-ass trades kind of screwed us over. But nonetheless, here.
What's next on the show, guys? It's Fonzo Merriman with John Kerr, Main Event Madness. It's been a hell of a show. It's been a
very roller coaster ride show.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We expected the best, but hey, it is what it is, right?
You know what?
We talked about Russell Wilson in Seattle, and there's something here on the next topic. Sticking to the NBA, the Kings are contemplating firing Coach George Karl over a possible trade of Cousins to the Lakers. I mean, that sounds freaking crazy to me. But you think that would actually happen?
Maybe. I mean, it's. I mean, I'm pretty sure isn't Cousins the best player that the Kings have?
I would agree with that. I mean, I think there's something came out today that he wants to stay with them, but what I'm learning with the NBA that I don't know. There's something about the NBA I'm starting to hate, that their players literally have too much control over everything. And I don't know. It's just It's the off seasons for the NBA to me are getting a lot, more disgusting than anything I've ever seen. And I don't know if you agree with me with that or not, but I think Cousins is their best player. I don't know if that trade's going to happen, and I don't understand why it would.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what the Lakers have to offer. I mean, I think it was for the number 2 draft pick, but as you guys saw tonight, that didn't happen. So, I especially now with the draft of the first round, well into the rearview mirror. I don't really know what the Lakers have to offer aside from an expired contract from Kobe Bryant.
It's just crazy, especially with the Lakers. They have all this money to spend, and it's funny because the Lakers are involved with a lot of stuff. Every free agents, anybody that's opting out, you'll see the headline. Oh, Lakers are interested in Kevin Love. Oh, Lakers are interested in J.R. Smith. Because Lakers don't have shit right now. And Lakers are the only team that could offer all these people the full max of. And the Lakers they have so much money to play with. I know that
they got $25 million in cap space, or 23.
Yeah, and then next year it gets even bigger because of the new contract, the TV deal.
The TV deals plus Kobe's contract is off the books. So that's an additional $25 million.
Yeah, man. Maybe you know what? After all this shit, after all this stuff that people have talked about the Lakers and the Sixers, maybe they're both, a couple of the smartest teams because they're working towards their future. At least that's what we can say now. We'll see what the future holds.
And speaking of picking, for the future, things just got interesting here, man. The Nets, with their second round pick, just picked a shooting guard.
No, nah.
So things
from where?
From Notre Dame. So
what's his name?
Connaughton or something like that. Hold on. I'll be able to tell you in about 2 seconds. Connaughton. Connaghton.
That's funny.
No, sorry, I was just watching that. I didn't mean to get as quiet as I was on you. That gets really interesting now for me because now does that mean the Nets are going ahead with the rumors that they were going to trade Joe Johnson this offseason? So, a little bit interesting, and now the Jazz are on the clock here. The picks in, so. But nonetheless, Al, I'm a little excited. If the Nets were to trade, let's talk about this a little bit with the NBA offseason. You mentioned Kevin Love. It's a stacked free agent class. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, if he does indeed opt out, which I don't know if he actually did, Al, because they were just listing him in the starting lineup for the Heat.
Who, Dwayne Wade?
Yeah.
Opted out, but he still has
a team option.
No, he could opt. The last date he could opt out is the 31st.
Okay.
At the end of the month, that's what he's got.
Okay. So yeah, if he does opt out, it's LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo, Kevin Love, Amari Stoudemire, among others, in a very stacked free agent class.
LeBron James already opted out?
Well, if he does. You know what I mean.
Okay.
So, it's still a very, very stacked free agent class, even without LeBron in it. Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo, Kevin Love, Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire is now what? He opted out?
They said he was a free agent. I was looking at the free agent list.
Oh, shit.
And a point guard, Olivier Hanlon, was drafted to the Utah Jazz. From Boston College. A little bit of draft update there for you, Al. So, a couple of interesting picks coming up. But, what do you think if If those guys are all free agents, where do you think any of them could end up?
No. I would hope, which would shake up everything. Wouldn't it be great to have LeBron James come back to Miami? That would be fucking hilarious. No, I don't know. I would like to see Wade stay in Miami. LeBron James stays in Cleveland. Stoudemire, for some reason, I see him in the Laker uniform. LaMarcus Aldridge, I know that's another guy that's up in the air. He's a good, I don't know why I want to say prospect, but he's a great player. And for some reason, you know, with I see him with his home being the Spurs. I don't know why, but I don't know. I can't tell you what would be the biggest splash, you know. What I want to see what's going to happen with Kevin Durant the next season.
Yep.
I think that's a big deal, you know. Kevin, you know what's funny about it? I think it's more of the media and the NBA putting this out there. And I think you and I, as media people, you know, we do our website, we do our podcast, which is fucking, you know, in and out all night tonight. But we love sports, and sometimes the only way to get people talking about the NFL and NBA is by creating stories. And the reason I say that is because Kevin Durant, if I remember correctly, he said it last year that he doesn't want to leave Oklahoma. And if he were to leave, like, there's only one option, it might be Washington, because that's his hometown. Like, I think it's on record where he says he doesn't want to leave, but somehow, since it's coming closer to what's going on with this contract about to expire or whatever the hell it is, now all these rumors are coming out that he might be for some reason, he comes up on every single radio show, every single post down here in Miami that he might be a Miami Heat. I don't understand that. I still feel like Durant will stay in Oklahoma City unless he gets desperate enough and says, you know what, I'm either going to go play with LeBron James or with a team that's about to win a championship, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, another free agent I forgot to even mention to you was Brook Lopez. Center for the Nets.
What's going on with him? What's going on?
He's a free agent.
Is he still under contract? Or?
No, he's free agent.
I would not mind taking him.
He's a good player when he's healthy. That's the biggest thing with him. He's got to stay healthy. And hello to the cars driving by Al's house. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys don't know this, and we've talked about this.
Whoa. You heard that?
Yes.
I heard it.
Mike is alive. By the way.
He is alive?
Yes.
I figured that you guys do your thing. I got my plug in.
Appreciate that. You could have talked, though. But,
you know what's funny is, like, the first night ever, I'm here without my wife, you're there, you know, without your parents, he's over. Like, it's a whole different experience. Like, everything got fucked up today, which is hilarious.
So you know what, though?
I'm just happy Tyrus interview went smooth.
I am calling you out. I haven't done this in months. I am calling you out.
Don't do it, please. I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
I didn't even want to say it because I told you not to say it.
I'm just going to tell you. Fuck these audio issues.
Oh, okay.
Fuck these audio issues, and let's slam this fucking show right out of the park. Let's show these people a reason why they're going to tune into Main Event Madness Radio.
Alright, well, Tyrus was great.
Tyrus was great. You know what? For all the audio issues, guys, you guys can fast forward. Fast forward to 10:20 p.m. Eastern, because you know what? There weren't any audio issues during our interview with Tyrus, live from backstage at the Impact Zone.
I should just call him up and say, hey, motherfucker. Alright, guys.
Ask him about the NBA draft. Ask him about the NBA. See if he's a fan. If he is, let's talk.
The thing is, he's been at TNA working on it, so I don't know if he's going to...
No, but he could talk about the NBA free agency.
I don't want to bother. We'll get him back next week or the following, whatever.
Fair enough.
We got, if to my understanding, we only got like 40 minutes left.
Oh, 45.
39.
45 minutes left.
Oh, goddamn. Sorry.
That's a lot of booze talking there, folks. In that.
Nah, man, it's just shit that I
burp.
ate.
I meant in the burp.
Hello?
I'm here.
I can't hear you guys.
That's on your end, buddy. We're here. The mixer's picking us up. But nonetheless, guys, if you don't know why I'm making a joke out of hearing the cars like that, Al's house, you could literally poke the guardrail from Al's balcony. Al.
I can't even argue that.
Okay, so at least you can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
Didn't he just say he couldn't hear us?
Because you were like 100 miles away from the actual
I'm actually further away from the microphone now than I was
Actually,
before.
no. The microphone was turned towards me, then you turned it towards you. So now it sounds like you're closer to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
guys. 190 ounces of Mountain Dew in one day. I think it's starting to catch up with me.
Oh, man, alright, so what the hell are we talking about? Because I'm about to... Alright,
what?
Vince Russo, that son of a bitch.
Damn. Yes, Vince Russo.
He's always talking shit, now he's offering his services for free, that mother... Well, if he wants to work free for me, at MainEventMadness.com, I'll give him a job right now.
Yes, guys, this is our What Were You Thinking moment of the week.
That sumbitch.
That sumbitch, Vince Russo. Bashing TNA left and right, now offering to work for TNA for free. Why? Because now
He's
they
a
have some
sumbitch.
momentum. Yes, because he is a sumbitch. But
it is weird. I don't understand. It came out like last night or something, and then he talked. I mean, what do you think about that?
what do I think about what?
Oh, are you kidding? That Mountain Dew is fucking with you, aren't it?
It is a little bit.
Huh?
It is a little bit, but nonetheless.
No, like, why would he come out and say that?
Because he thinks that TNA is going to have a little bit of momentum. Not that they aren't, but he wants to capitalize on it for himself. And no other reason, because there's nothing better to do than when you're Vince Russo than try to hitch onto one horse. Even though, I hate to jinx TNA, but any horse that Vince Russo seems to latch onto is usually the losing horse. Look back at history, guys. I'm not even trying to bash TNA this time. Look at history. It tells you for me.
I think, what do you mean? You didn't like David Arquette as a champion?
Yes, Mike. Let's 2015ize this for you. Mike, you're Vince Russo. Or Mike, I'm Vince Russo. You're Ted Turner. All right, Ted. I got a brilliant idea for you. Let's capitalize on pop culture. Let's capitalize on celebrities. Let's make a celebrity our world heavyweight champion.
That's fucking retarded. You're fired.
No. I'm telling you, it'll be genius. Because let's make Justin Bieber the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. I tell you, it'll be genius. Nobody will see it coming. You know what? It'll just make people more interested because a celebrity will be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I'll tell you this. What if it was somebody that was really famous at the time? Because they put out...
That's why I said I'll 2015ize it for you.
What I'm saying, what if it's been different? What if it was... Who was famous at the time? David Arquette.
You're asking me when I was 8 years old?
What if it was like, what was famous back then? What movie
Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson.
Who?
Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson.
He's not get the fuck out of here. It has to be somebody else. I don't know, like Bruce Willis or something.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, what the fuck? That's the same guy. Practically, that's the same guy.
You know what would have been some shit? Is if they had Pamela Anderson come in and be the first ever women's WCW heavyweight champion.
At her peak, it would have worked.
Well, she flashed a tit while she was wearing the belt.
Yes. Then you would have had to tune in to WCW.
WCW.
WCW wrestling. You would have had to tune in. You know what? I'm telling you, Al, that would have worked. This probably was a Vince Russo idea that they just never got to see the light of day because WCW went under. But
which one?
Pamela Anderson being the WCW champion. Because you know what? Some of the greatest champions of all time, their themes get you fired up, right? Austin's, The Rock's, The Undertaker, Triple H. You know what would have been WCW's next great champion's theme?
No.
So that'd be fucking great.
Shit, what is that? It sounds so familiar. I can't put it.
Some people stand in the darkness, afraid to step into the light. Some people need to help somebody with the edge of surrender inside. Don't you worry.
Hello?
It was playing the Baywatch theme.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what the hell it was.
But yes, imagine that, getting it for your world champion. And out comes David Hasselhoff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, David Hasselhoff. Thank you, Howard Finkel, for randomly announcing for WCW.
It was a great, but I agree with you. You know, like as much as Vince Russo, like he's always tried to push the edge, but there's just something about him. I don't know why everything he touches dies.
He touches, he wants to make his.
Well, it's not even that. It's he has such an asterisk, such a poisonous asterisk. What?
What?
Well, this is interesting.
What?
A proposed trade, Al. Sorry to cut in, guys.
What?
Al.
What?
God damn it.
Go, what is it?
Pat Connaughton, 41st overall pick, and Mason Plumlee to the Trailblazers for Rondé Hollis Jefferson, the 23rd overall pick, and Steve Blake.
What?
That is a proposed trade right now between the Trailblazers and the Nets.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Anyway, carrying on. Yes, Vince Russo has nothing but a reputation of being a poison to at least a lot of wrestling companies. So, yes, I doubt very seriously that that'll happen, especially after that leaked email debacle.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. We're going to message Mike Johnson. We're going to tell him the script for next week's Impact, and then I'm going to swerve all ya. Sons of bitches. But you know what? We're going to go from the sarcastic to the sad here, guys.
Yeah, I want to talk about something serious now, and then I still don't know the story, to be quite honest with you.
Huh?
I know it, I think we've all expected it, but still, man.
What? Today in wrestling history? Are you there?
No, yeah, I'm here. I'm talking about Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I was going to do today in wrestling history.
Alright, let's do that.
Sorry, I didn't realize where we were going with that. I'm just hopping around here. Al's trying to go in order. I'm the son of a bitch messing everything up. I apologize.
No, I think it's both of us.
Anyway, guys, 8 years ago today, 2007. It's the summer of 2007. Just days, just a week after, or a few weeks after the WWE draft. You know, ECW looked like it had a lot of life. Chris Benoit was drafted to ECW, seemingly to be the next champion after Bobby Lashley was stripped after being drafted to Raw. You know, and then this happened. This is 25, or I'm sorry, 25. This is 8 years ago today, guys. Yeah.
Good evening. Tonight, this arena here in Corpus Christi, Texas, was to have been filled to capacity with enthusiastic WWE fans. Tonight's storyline was to have been the alleged demise of my character, Mr. McMahon. However, in reality, WWE superstar Chris Benoit, his wife Nancy, and their son Daniel are dead. Their bodies were discovered this afternoon in their new suburban Atlanta home. The authorities are undergoing an investigation. We here in the WWE can only offer our condolences to the extended family of Chris Benoit. And the only other thing we can do at this moment is tonight pay tribute to Chris Benoit. We'll offer you some of the most memorable moments in Chris's professional life. And you'll hear tonight comments from his peers, those here, his fellow performers, those here who loved Chris and admired him so much. So tonight will be a 3-hour tribute to one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. Tonight.
Yeah. And I'm trying to find the other end of this, that clip, by the way, here, but, there it is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night on Monday Night Raw, the WWE presented a special tribute show, recognizing the career of Chris Benoit. However, now some 26 hours later, the facts of this horrific tragedy are now apparent. Therefore, other than my comments, there will be no mention of Mr. Benoit's name tonight. On the contrary, tonight's show will be dedicated to everyone who has been affected by this terrible incident. This evening marks the first step of the healing process. Tonight, WWE performers will do what they do better than anyone else in the world: entertain you.
I mean, do you not feel the anger in his voice? And can you blame him?
To me, I'll be honest, they both sound exactly the same.
Oh, no.
No, you can... I mean, I don't know if it's because we just watched it or not, and we saw the expression on his face.
Oh, maybe, okay. No, you're right. When he... I can't argue that.
I saw...
The way... His voice sounds the same, but the actual... When it happened, I understand. I'm remembering that. Yeah. I can't argue that.
Feel the mood? The mood. You could... The tension... You can literally cut that tension with a knife.
And it almost felt like embarrassment.
Oh, it's just... It wasn't embarrassment. It was,
Are you making another drink?
Oh, what's the
I don't know what you're talking about.
I get what you're going for.
Utter disgust from Vince of what
he did and what they did in honor of him, only to find out the facts a day later. And
essentially, it's just
that's one of the many things. If you and I and Matt have talked about this a lot, it's one of the things that it just makes you wonder how much different would WWE be if Benoit was still alive. And a bigger question is how much, not even how much, but would WWE have gone to PG if Benoit was alive? I say no.
I say it'd be between. It wouldn't be the Attitude Era everyone marks about, but it'd be more of a. I don't want to say raunchy. I want to say it'd be more of a
adult oriented.
More like it'd be more like teenage, because right now you see it as like kids and young adults. You see it like for 13, 14-year-olds, but the Attitude Era was for like 18 and over. Was pretty much it. The Attitude Era we would have, not Attitude Era, but the era we would have now, be like, okay, kids, we have your stuff. It fits in well with for the stuff that adults want, but our main target is the 15 to 17-year-olds, the guys who like the kids who are growing up with this and now are here, but we still have to get new viewers interested. And it's like, okay, adults, this is the stuff you can show your kids. You can take your kids to this stuff you can bond with them over.
Al, what do you think? Do you think WWE would have gone completely full PG if Benoit was still alive?
Man, I've never thought of that aspect. You know, it's difficult to know where things would have fallen if he was still around. I never even thought of the possibility of him doing what he did change their show. But now that we're talking about it, you know what? Maybe if it was still around, maybe it would have been different. Maybe if he never did the things that he did, maybe it would still be a different type of, the way that they approach their product. Now that I think of it for the first time, Benoit really did impact wrestling where it is today more than I thought, you know?
See, I see more he didn't impact wrestling, he impacted WWE.
He impacted what?
I personally don't think he impacted wrestling as a whole. He impacted WWE. He changed WWE. And
that's the thing.
Not in the greatest way ever. He literally besmirched everything we knew and loved. It's like to me it's ridiculous because WWE he tarnished WWE is what I'm trying to say. Essentially, he literally
put a big asterisk on it.
It's literally
at the moment he did, but the thing is the WWE's still around. So I don't know. It's like it's a tough debate, I'll be honest, because WWE was and is wrestling, and now, I don't know, I think that it did do something.
And it's only a fraction of his popularity.
But I can't say tarnish, I don't know if that's the right word.
I mean, you could make the argument, Al, it is a fraction of as popular as it was even 8 years ago.
Yeah, well, because of Chris Benoit?
Not so much.
I think there's a lot of variables. I'm going to tell you this. I think we would all agree where wrestling is today, Chris Benoit does have some type of influence. If he never killed his family and killed himself, he would still be wrestling and that influence wouldn't be as impactful. Does that make sense? Because he was still a big name. So let's say he was still a good guy, he was wrestling and stuff, he'll still be prominent in the wrestling business today and be impactful in a different way. But since he did what he did, it did change. It changed something. I just can't even start. I think it's too much. I think it's beyond all of us what he did to the wrestling industry with his actions. Does that make sense? Or
Yep. Talk about looking like a Looney Tune.
Who?
This guy that was just drafted by the Cavs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Okay.
Well, you too. Actually, this guy kind of looks like a taller you.
Skinner. I'm sure he's skinnier.
No, the goddamn ears. He's got to get radio. He's got to get satellite reception.
I wonder if he can hit Mach speed.
I don't know. You can probably hear miles and miles away, though.
Maybe he can hear the alien contact on Mars.
What's going on with alien contact? Shit, the fucking guys.
No, if you just saw the guy that was just drafted by the Cavs, the dude's ears are like half of the size of his head.
Can I ask you a question? Why the fuck are the Cavs coming up so much during this draft? If they just fucking
traded everybody to get Kevin Love?
Yeah, it's weird.
Because it's LeBron James and he needs help.
No, what do you mean he needs help? Really? He does?
Well, let's face it. He sucks on his own.
Come on, he's supposed to be better than Jordan. He should have been able to win a title on his own.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
Anyway, all right, so let's move on to this, Al. You wanted to talk about this a little while ago. Some very disappointing news regarding former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan.
You know, Bret Hart was the first one to say something, and everybody was like, what? Why is Bret Hart talking so much? During that interview he even talked about other things, right? Which were Samoa Joe. Apparently the WWE got pissed because he was talking about Samoa Joe's finisher and that is dangerous and all that, right?
Let's be honest, Triple H got pissed at him for saying that because Triple H is the guy who signed him. I bet you.
I didn't even know. I'll be honest, I don't know anymore. Who runs that fucking company?
Vince will still run it, but Triple H wants to take control of it.
Well, he did this past Monday on Raw. Vince and Kevin Dunn weren't there. Triple H ran the show.
Funny, remember I told you I marked out on Monday Night Raw, and I was suddenly waiting, dude. Somebody else is something's not right. Like somebody else is doing the show, and then the next day it came out that McMahon and Dunn weren't even there. So I thought the show ran smoothly. Back to the point at hand. What I find curious is two things, or whatever the hell it is. I find curious that Bret Hart was the one that mentioned about Daniel Bryan's career being over. Then a couple days later, there's a strong rumor coming out that it is over. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if Bret Hart was telling you. I want to know what the hell's going on, and things are pointing that his career might be over, and it sucks, you know?
It does. It really does, but it's a concussion issue, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's like his whole upper neck, shoulder, and head injuries, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I think it's all intertwined with. It's almost like it's all connected to each other, you know. Right. So there's one of those things goes wrong, and he might be injured for the rest of his life. Like beyond being able to wrestle. I don't know if you understand that. So.
Just ask Rey Mysterio what happened to the wrestle guy with neck injuries. I'm not trying to make that tasteless. I'm just saying that's what could happen. You could legitimately end your career, or worse. Sorry if that sounded tasteless, but I'm just like.
What do you own?
Because Rey Mysterio killed the guy.
Come on, he didn't kill the fucking guy. The kid didn't have the right medical attention, and they let him wrestle. I mean, it's not.
Rey Mysterio killed the
guy.
For some reason, he
died in the hospital as he was receiving treatment. But no, and Daniel Bryan for the run he had, it wasn't horrible. I mean, but the question is, at the point, the question always comes up: can I give more? Can I still do more? And honestly, with the career he's had, it's like he doesn't really need to. I mean, he already did what Punk couldn't do. He made event at WrestleMania. He beat Evolution in a single night. I mean, honestly, Daniel Bryan had for the most part, a great career.
But here's the problem, or here's the thing. As a wrestling fan, or as you and me, I almost would want to see CM Punk injured to the point where he can't wrestle anymore, compared to Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan loves the business.
Well, Punk did too at a point, but eventually he got fed up with it, with all the political bullshit that was going on behind the WWE scenes. I'm not privy to that information. I personally don't even care. I just like, be a man up, which he tried to do, but then he took his tail between his legs and bolted. That's my opinion, though, and I'm going to stick to that. I don't care what people say, but with Daniel Bryan, I'm not going to lie, I'm a Daniel Bryan fan, Mark, whatever you want to call him. But when he gets injured by Kane, it's just like, seriously, it's like, what the hell? Then he comes back, gets injured again. It's just like, you keep doing it, And Matt told me best. He's like, he lost a lot of steam. And now we got more guys. We got Dean Ambrose. We got Roman Reigns now. It's like these guys are moving up the ladder, getting cheered a lot more than they were. It's like, does WWE need Daniel Bryan back? To a point, yeah, they could use him back, but
I mean, a guy of that star power doesn't hurt having him around on the roster.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're proving with Dean Ambrose that, I mean, his spot's pretty much, in good hands. But just like the argument with CM Punk, I mean, do they need CM Punk? No. Do they need Daniel Bryan? Not exactly.
No, but
would it help to have both of them? Yes.
Oh, but I'll tell you what, if it was like a year and a half ago or two, they would need Daniel Bryan. But the thing is that the Shield,
the guys
except Roman Reigns, have showed up.
Even Roman Reigns is starting to come
now,
into his own.
Fuck that shit. The only reason Roman Reigns is relevant right now is because of Bray Wyatt.
The fuck?
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me? No.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not. You guys love Roman Reigns. I don't know what it is that you see him. He's horrible to Mike, and he's like he looks like he wrestles like from the '80s. Like he has a small skill set. Like I don't understand what the big thing is about Roman Reigns.
Listen to him leading up to WrestleMania against Paul Heyman. That mic work is pure garbage, Roman. I'm sorry, Roman. I love you, but that mic work was shit. You listen to him now, it's more organic to him. It feels more real coming from him now. Now, but let's face it, if it wasn't for Bray Wyatt, he'd be your Money in the Bank contract holder right now. And honestly, I'm almost glad he's not. He's now, we can build him better than it's like, oh, put him right back in the main event. Nope. Sideline him slightly. Let people still care about him. Build him up better. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. And he'll get cheered more. Dean Ambrose can go. He can talk. He can wrestle. He can do all the dangerous high spots. Roman, to me, is he's built like Triple H. He's got the bulk. He's got the muscles. He's got the size. But after watching that Daniel Bryan match at Fastlane, the son of a bitch can move. That guy is quick. And my favorite spot he does is when he jumps over the top rope like Taker used to do. He will literally clear the top rope and jump out of the ring onto the outside. And I love that spot. That proves how athletic Roman Reigns is.
I never questioned the fact that Roman Reigns is athletic because he is. He's a beast. He can. There's just something about him that I still feel that he's not The Rock. He's missing something. He's not John Cena. I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, I hear your excitement in your voice, and I want to be excited with you, but I can't.
See, the reason I'm excited is because he's slowly finding his way. He's not there yet. I won't say he's close, but he's not far. He's not like within. You can see him looking at what he wants to be. You can literally see him looking at it, but he can't grab it yet. And if WWE, Triple H, Vince, whoever's letting him do his thing, let him keep doing it a little bit longer. Don't let him go out too far, or else we're just gonna be like, yeah, Roman, now you're just becoming too fucking goofy. We don't like you anymore. Where he's going now, he's going in the right direction. So that's why I'm excited for him. So let him just keep going where he's going. Let him take him step by step, and then he'll get there more organically, hopefully. With Dean Ambrose, he's there. So.
And at the end of the day, like, I love to see like stars, and like I want to see people grow. I want the business to be great. There's just something like I said, like. He's probably gotten a little bit better. Like, to me, it sounds like you're saying that he's 1,000% better than he was 6 months ago.
Absolutely.
But to me, I can't agree with that. Because I still see, like, a guy that is trying to be something that he's not. And that's my problem. I see somebody that, like, he's in this business because he is. And he's trying to, I don't know, I almost wish he had Daniel Bryan's charisma. I don't know, there's just something that when I see Roman Reigns, he frustrates me because I want him to be great. You know what now that I'm talking, it's kind of jogging my memory. Not that he's almost. If what you're saying is right, he will be the next Randy Orton. Because I used to get so fucking frustrated with Randy Orton, saying that, man, he has the look, there's just something missing. And now I feel like Randy Orton got to where he is. And he became a superstar, like a main eventer. And that's what it is. That with Roman Reigns, I'm as frustrated with Roman Reigns as I was with Randy Orton. Like, Randy Orton for years was frustrating to me. Like, he was always, so there was something missing. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I want to agree with you, but I can't right now. I think he has a long road to go.
Oh, I don't doubt he's got a long road to go, but I think we'll get there sooner rather than later, or rather, I hope so.
I mean, and at the end of the day, of course, it'd be great to see him strive and all that and really become to his own. What's funny is that when the Shield broke up, I thought I didn't think Seth Rollins was going to become the champion before Dean Ambrose, which honestly, I'm still shocked about. But you know what, Seth Rollins, a.k.a. Tyler Black, I mean, he's owned his position, and he's doing a good job.
I'm not going to lie. I rather wish they kept him, after that Dean Ambrose win, they kept him on his own. Let him be the cocky, arrogant son of a bitch that he is. Because when Brock Lesnar's music hits and that look of face when he's just like, he just shit himself because he's about to die, about to be taken to Suplex City, I wish they kept him. It's just like, okay, I can, like, have him talk to himself like, I can do this. Goes out there, gets his ass kicked. And speaking of the Brock Lesnar feud, why the hell would you have him get taken out by a chokeslam when 3 Superman punches couldn't take out Lesnar? Isn't that
was kind of stupid and weird. I agree with you 100%.
Pedigree?
But I'm going to tell you this.
If you want to establish Seth Rollins' finish being the pedigree, why wouldn't you have the pedigree be the move to take him out?
Because,
unless you want to save that spot for the pay-per-view.
You want to know what I want to say here? The only and I agree with you. Up with the authority. But you know why they did that angle? And why they're back together again? Because now they're putting it at the paper. Now there's no chance of Brock Lesnar winning. It's going to be a fucked up finish where the authority gets involved and leaves the belt on Seth Rollins and puts Brock Lesnar in a position where he lost to Seth Rollins, but there was interference by so. That's why I think they put it back together, because they don't want to take the title off of Seth Rollins yet.
No,
I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what I feel.
No, I don't think it. I would. No, I don't feel right for Brock to win. I mean, I would. Because I don't need to see. I would rather see my champion every freaking night rather than every other 3 months, or whenever he feels like showing up. But I just feel like I don't need to go back to those damn interference match finishes. I was getting sick of those after a while. It's just like, God damn it, Seth can't freaking wrestle. Oh, you put him with Dean Ambrose. Okay. You put him with Brock Lesnar. Now that makes sense. That makes absolutely perfect sense. But I don't see how Lesnar gets taken out. Because, and honestly, like I said, Monday, it's like you have him taken out by a choke slam. He's not just taking. He's literally not getting up. If you have Kane choke slam him, and then Lesnar's on the ground struggling to get up, but he still gets up, and now he's madder than a fucking hornet, that's one thing. But to have him get laid out with a choke slam, it's just like, why would you build freaking Brock Lesnar to be the beast, get taken out by Kane, and then It's just I just don't need him to lose. It's just like I need Lesnar to either Seth like literally cheats to win, or Seth runs to win. Seth needs to find a Deus Ex fucking Machina to the extreme. Might as well pray to Foley for damn God advice. It's like, Foley, help me, please, or whatever. But Lesnar cannot take a pinfall or submit in that match, or else it ruins
everything.
It ruins his credibility, most likely. It won't.
And it ruins the fact that he was the one to
beat the one.
Yeah.
It ruins everything. I agree with you guys. But let me ask you this: do you think? All right, so it's what's the next pay-per-view? Because I get them lost Battleground, right?
It's Battleground, then it goes to SummerSlam because.
All right, so and they're facing each other at Battleground. So can you think of this? It's Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Freaking King gets involved. Joey Mercury. I think now since Noble's gone, Triple H gets involved. Brock Lesnar still looks strong after fighting them off. And now we see Seth Rollins out of nowhere come back with a curb stop and beat Brock Lesnar. You think that's a possibility?
I can see
after all the interference.
I see it more as them taking Lesnar out, or I can see them trying to get the pin, but Lesnar's like roll like kicks out like a Cena kick out, kicks out at 2, but and they realize okay we can't beat him, so then they take him outside the ring and have him getting count out, essentially just like all right, Seth, you can't beat him, and then if the rumor is true that Triple H is like okay, you can't beat Lesnar. I beat him at least once at Mania, so...
I mean, Rollins technically is the one to beat the one in 21-1.
He never pinned Lesnar.
But it doesn't matter. The record shows Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar
Ambrose.
In the main event of WrestleMania, the record shows in that match, Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Championship.
Yeah, but he pinned Roman.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. That completely matters.
The record, all that is bullshit. I agree with you. It does matter. It does.
All right.
I agree. It does matter.
It'll show him.
It'll show a victory over him. So in that regard, he is the one to beat the one in 20.
No, he did not beat shit. It was all bullshit.
I'll give him. He got the victory, but he
but
beat.
I'm surprised.
No, he didn't. He's never beat Brock Lesnar. I don't give a shit what the.
That's exactly why they're not using it, because they.
3 weeks will be.
Paul Heyman has even stated it in his first promo with Lesnar. He's like, he didn't pin the Beast. He didn't pin the champ. He pinned the challenger.
True.
And that's why Seth can't beat Brock Lesnar, and that's honestly after building Lesnar up so strong. I don't know how you technically beat him now. That's the problem I'm having. It's like when you build something up so strong, what do you have to take him out? Because as you heard me just state not even 5 minutes ago, I love Roman Reigns. I don't want Roman Reigns to beat Lesnar. If he fights him to a standstill, I'm fine with that. But he outright pins him 1, 2, 3. I don't want Roman to look that strong because we don't need that Roman Reigns anymore. I can't say we don't, but we don't need him at this point in time.
I want to ask you. I guarantee you the debut of your show in the future, and us bringing up scenarios and the working. What was it? Working in progress, right?
Working in progress.
What if at WrestleMania, Seth Rollins never cashes in? It's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns, they actually say, you know what, fuck the media, fuck the internet wrestling community. And they say, you know what, I'm going to give the title to fucking Roman Reigns. Where would we be at today? And what would we be talking about right now? If Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the championship, like straight up. Like if that were to happen, what are we talking about right now if Roman Reigns did that?
All right, well, going back to that match at Mania, before Rollins cashed, like right after Lesnar slaps Roman right across that face, all you hear the crowd go, like
Yeah, I remember that like if it was yesterday.
and all of a sudden they started to turn on Roman's side. They started to
like, oh shit, he is the one who could beat the one.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, I agree 100%.
And they probably
the crowd did turn to join him too.
And then Rollins cut that off immediately.
I don't know how it came across. I have yet to actually watch. Maybe we can after the show.
Absolutely.
I have yet to watch WrestleMania 31.
You should be an interesting aspect.
It will be. Matt,
you were there, yeah. I did it with Hell and Cell when I was there, yeah.
But when Roman came out, it was honestly 80-20 heel or boo to cheer.
Oh, he was booed.
He was booed. I don't know how.
You could hear it on the network. He was booed.
But that's not so much what I was going to ask about. It was during the match, even before that point. But during the match, how much did the crowd actually?
Oh, they realized when Heyman cuts the promo, he's a Samoan badass. He's going to take an ass kicking. Roman was taking the ass kicking of a lifetime.
What I was asking is, how did the crowd? Did the crowd start to gravitate towards Reigns, or did it come across on TV?
Oh yeah,
like he did before that spot?
It was slow. All right, it was like
See, it wasn't even that
like,
slow.
It was 60-40, like.
Yeah.
Slow at the slap, but then also Roman gets slapped. It becomes about 70-30 now on Roman Reigns.
Yep. And it's funny you guys say all that because it was probably 70-30 in the arena before that. Like he came out with a mega heat to start the match. They turned and were cheering for him like that. When once he started really getting the beating, and really, as the match got on, more and more people, like I was saying, and to you guys' point, started realizing, oh shit, maybe like I said, maybe he is the one to beat the one in 21-1.
And now to answer your question, now said they would let that match if Rollins never cashed in and they get after the slap. Roman probably would have beat Lesnar, but if
we're talking about, and I'm sorry, I got looking at something on here. If we're talking, I wanted to see how YouTube would do for conversation. If we're talking, where are we at right now? I think that was the last big point I heard from you guys. Where would we be right now if Rollins didn't cash in?
Yeah,
Reigns would be heel.
Yeah.
By now,
Reigns would be probably the top heel in the company.
You would see him have
Seth Rollins, unfortunately, probably would have fell into obscurity. And I apologize if you guys hear that my dog is sawing logs in the background.
Who cares?
Seth Rollins, unfortunately, probably would have fell to obscurity. Because I wouldn't say, maybe not obscurity, he would have fell down the card drastically.
He would have fell down to the IC title. Easily, he would have fell to the IC title.
Maybe not. But Reigns would easily be the top heel of the company.
Give me till, let's see, we went from Extreme Rules, then we went to, what was the next one after Extreme Rules? Chamber?
Extreme Rules, Payback, Chamber, Money in the Bank.
At Money in the Bank, he probably would have turned heel. Yeah. Money in the Bank, he probably...
No, he would, I honestly feel like, had he won the belt the night after WrestleMania, he would have made a heel turn. An official heel turn, because he already would permanently be a heel with the crowd. Because
I'm not giving you after WrestleMania
No, because that moment, despite that moment, I don't know how they did not mic us very well.
That's what Matt
at
says.
The post-Mania Raw, they did not mic us very well. It was 95-5 or boos to cheers for Reigns on Monday.
Well, that's why
he was booed out of the building, and imagine that times 100 if he won the world title.
That's why I'm not giving you post-WrestleMania Raw, because that Raw is always like super extreme. Give me at least a pay-per-view event. Where
I see where you're coming from. I don't think Reigns would have been afforded that luxury, because had he, just think about it. Think of the Royal Rumble. Think of how much fans started turning on him at the Royal Rumble.
The reason I'm not giving, I'll argue on the Rumble for just a second because of this. I'm not an indie guy. I don't watch the indie wrestlers, and I do apologize. I don't watch ROH. I don't watch TNA. I hear good things, and I don't watch Lucha Underground. So I do apologize to all people are like, Mike, you're a fucking idiot. Now I hate you. She's like, I watch the main stuff, all right, but I try to. I get the indie guys are up and comers. They're trying to prove themselves, and they have earned my respect for that indefinitely. But from what I hear, it's Philly. That's an indie town. That's where all the indie guys are cheered to the extreme. And Daniel Bryan was the guy posed to win, essentially, or it was the guy everyone wanted to win. Everyone thought was going to win, but everyone could see the writing on the wall. And me included, when Roman won Superstar of the Year a month prior after coming back from an injury. It's like there was no way in hell no one saw it. It's like Daniel Bryan gets eliminated, Roman comes out, everyone saw the writing on the wall. Everyone knew Roman was going to win, and everyone was going to be pissed. Even look at when The Rock tried to come out and save him. The Rock got booed because Roman got booed because everyone. Oh, now they're just trying to have The Rock save Roman so we can cheer him. The crowd saw that, they booed The Rock. The Rock barely gets booed unless The Rock wants to.
No, they weren't booing The Rock. They were booing WWE as a whole.
True.
They were booing WWE as a whole for force feeding us that. But unfortunately, guys, this is you know what, Al? I'm gonna improvise here. We are done in a matter of a couple minutes here on Main Event Madness Radio. The timer is almost up. However, I'm going to start recording on my Twitter handle at John MEM Radio. I'm going to do a meerkat, and we're going to continue this conversation for another, half hour or so, Al?
Yeah, why not?
Dude, I'm so wired right now because I'll go another hour. I just need to shoot my cannon. I gotta shoot my cannon.
And guys, what you're listening to literally right now is literally what me and Matt will be doing on the Work in Progress. This is pretty much me and Matt arguing about...
I'm enjoying it. I think the show's going to be great. Work in Progress is going to be fucking awesome.
So, guys, right now, we're going to take a little bit of a breather. We're going to come back in about 5 minutes or so. Head on over to my Twitter handle, at John MEM Radio. And you know what? Al's going to do a Periscope as well, at Al Me Madness. Sorry I didn't let you do it. And we're going to continue this conversation in about 5 minutes for another half hour at least, maybe another hour or so.
And you never know. Tyrus might be back on the show. I'm hitting him up right now.
You guys, it'll be hard. I don't know how exactly we'll do it, but fuck it.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll tell him to fucking call me and put him on speakerphone.
But nonetheless, we'll be back. We'll say we'll be back at 12:35. We'll be on Meerkat and Periscope at John MEM Radio. Excuse me. And at Al Me Madness.
No. At Al Me Madness.
And check us out, Periscope, Meerkat, at John MEM Radio, at Al Me Madness. We'll be back.
Thank you so much for joining us. Miss a part or all of today's show? No problem. Head over to maineventmadness.com where you'll find today's show as well as every show in our history. So once again, for all of us here at Main Event Madness, I'm John Curry. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here next time. Have a good one, everybody. So long.